Test, test. 1, 2, 1, 2, test, test. Perfect.
It's Frisco League Baseball on 102.3 FM. Today, we are in Crocker with the Dixon Bulldogs in town. Our game brought to you by the Bank of Crocker, Memorial Chapels, Ed Morris Ford, Security Banks of Pulaski County, Seeger Toyota, Phelps Health, Air Serve Heating and Air, the Bank of Iberia, your shelter insurance agents, Dave Holland in Richland and John Gregory in Crocker, Lowe Chevrolet, and the Marys County Bank. Let's play ball with the Crocker Lions and the Dixon Bulldogs. It's Frisco League Baseball on 102.3 FM.
A very, very, very good evening to you and yours. We are out here at the Crocker baseball field right next to Crocker High School in Crocker, Missouri for today's Frisco League baseball matchup, which will see the Crocker Lions taking on the Dixon Bulldogs. Connor Harbert here with you today, Z102.3. Glad you could join me here for what promises to be another fun contest here. Two teams with winning records, just 2 losses between the two of them. So I'm really looking forward to see who gets the better of who here. Both teams, a real good start to their season. Definitely a lot of talent on both these squads. We will see who comes out on top in this early season matchup. We've got about 15 minutes until first pitch here today. We'll kind of see if that holds true or not. But of course, big thank you to all of our sponsors. Of course, you'll be hearing from them throughout the course of this game. Would read them off, but my laptop over to the left of me. Of course, I'm sitting in the sun here today, outside here in Crocker, so I can't really see it. Don't want to mess anything up or leave anybody out. We're just kind of hitting the start button here tonight. So you'll hear from them, of course, throughout the course of tonight's game. So, again, 15 minutes to tip, or 15 minutes to first pitch, I guess I should say here. We go ahead and take a look a little bit at our two sides here today. I alluded to it. Only 2 losses between these two teams. 8-2, their combined record. 5 of those wins coming on the Dixon side of things. 3 coming over from Crocker. But let's go ahead and take a look at the visitors first here today. That would be Dixon, coming off of a loss. 5 wins to start off the season, but did suffer their first loss on April the 1st, a couple of days ago, back on Saturday, a 3-0 loss to a combined Battle Columbia Independent team. But before that, 2 wins over in Bell. It was actually, maybe the schedule a little bit weird. The Laker Wood Bat tournament, of course, with all the postponements and the cancellations and whatnot, kind of wacky there. But again, a 7-3 win over Lafayette out of St. Joseph, and then a 4-1 win over East Carter as well. Wins over Cuba and Plato and Lakeway to start off their season back at the Stoutland, the Stoutland Spring Classic that was also postponed, if I do remember, as well. It's been a very wacky start to the season with all of the rain. It's supposed to rain tomorrow as well. So real glad I picked this game to cover. We'll have another game later on in the week. I'll tell you about that, of course. But again, we look at Crocker. They are 3-1 on the campaign. They are the home team here today. They are on a 2-game winning streak. Their last time out, very exciting win at Licking's home field, a 1-0 game. Doesn't sound too exciting, but if you like pitching, if you like defense, and you just kind of like the general tension of baseball, that is the game for you. 1-0. If I remember correctly, Jackson Burney was on the mound for that. He will not be on the mound here in this game. I already do have my starting lineups set and ready to go. But Burney pitching a gem, Licking pitching a gem, but it was Crocker who was able to get over the hump there. Before that, 5-4 win over Osage. It was a 5-3 loss out of a team I'm familiar with back from my days from Kansas, Columbus, Kansas, picking up the win. Of course, the Titans over there, always a very strong athletic program in every sport, football, basketball, baseball, but they did get the win over Crocker 5-3. And then a win over Wyandotte, Oklahoma. Kind of a Mr. Worldwide situation for Crocker. They did win over Wyandotte. Do not know as much about them, but either way, a 5-4 win to start off their season. So, of course, fans still filing in here. We are, again, about 10 minutes to first pitch. We're going to go and take ourselves a quick timeout. We're going to take 2 minutes. I'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more about what we've got coming up here for you. Of course, we've got another Waynesville baseball game scheduled for this week. And looking at the weather forecast, prospects are high that we'll get those Tigers back on the air. But hey, we will again be back here in a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere. Crocker and Dixon. It's Frisco League Baseball right here on Z102.3.
Turn on the heat. Call AirServe Heating and Air in West Waynesville and get your existing system checked and serviced. If it's time to step up and get a new system, the Luxair high-performance heating and air equipment is top of the line. Luxair sets the standard year in and year out with new features and innovations in the industry and has since 1954. Your Luxair system is just a phone call away at AirServe Heating and Air at 433-3613 or stop by the office on Historic Route 66 in West Waynesville and ask about the Luxair Advantage. New Year's savings all the way through February at St. Robert Auto Supply, your Napa parts store. Get $20 to $25 rebates on the purchase of Legend and Legend Premium AGM and AAA branded automotive batteries. Since it's the coldest time of the year, several Napa brand battery chargers are on sale too, as well as booster cables. Save 50% on Napa night vision headlights. All the oil and antifreeze you'll ever need, you'll find at St. Robert Auto Supply. And pick up a gallon jug of Peak Window De-Icer Windshield Wash in anti-frost purple, $4.49. This and more at your Napa parts store, St. Robert Auto Supply, where you get the good stuff 7 days a week.
Let's just try not to embarrass ourselves and everything will be fine.
Is that a Pepsi Vanilla?
Oh no, please not here, not now.
Oh, Steve. It's flavor time, baby, and we're coming to you live with the smoothest cat in the city, Pepsi Vanilla.
No, it's not flavor time.
With a flavor so rich and a taste so smooth. It's delicious. It's refreshing.
Dude, seriously, does this always have to happen when you drink Pepsi Vanilla?
Ooh, yeah, baby.
Pepsi Vanilla, now available in 0 sugar. That's what I like.
When the chaos is over and the dust settles, it's a relief to see that big old tree you've always loved still there, unharmed and confident. Confidence that brings about trust and comfort from a full-service bank right here in your own community. Your one stop for savings, checking, home equity and auto loans, and CDs and money markets. That's your protection from the storm.
The Bank of Iberia in 2 locations, Iberia and Waynesville. Come on in to the Bank of Iberia.
Back here once more at the Crocker High School baseball field, the home of the Lions. Not very fun contest against two teams that have seen relative success here in the beginning of the 2023 spring campaign, Crocker and Dixon. 8-2 between the two teams. Crocker 3-1, Dixon 5-1. Dixon on the field currently taking their warm-ups here in today's game. We'll go ahead and go over that for you real quick. First, taking a look here at the Dixon Bulldogs. 5-1, but on a 1-game losing skid. 5-0 start to the season, though. That's that. Batting leadoff for him today, that'll be the shortstop, Case Sinden. And then second batter up, that'll be the man behind the plate here today, in Konosuke Shiroma. Batting third, the pitcher here today, that'll be Drake Young. And then batting cleanup, that'll be your first baseman in Luke Roach. Batting fifth today, the second baseman, Chase Houston. Batting sixth will be your right fielder in Joel Nivens. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Drew Young. And then batting eighth, that'll be the center fielder in Evan Norton. Finally, rounding out the lineup here today for the Dixon Bulldogs, that'll be your ninth batter, the left fielder in Garrett Johnson. Again, Dixon, they are 5-1 on the season, looking to restart up that winning streak after winning their in the year, losing their last time out to Battle Columbia Independent. So let's go ahead and take a look now at the lineup here for the Crocker Lions. 3-1 on the season of English, not my first language, and of course have won their last 2 games out. I will go ahead and say I have been battling a cold as of late, so going to try to keep the coughs off the air. So, taking a look at the Crocker starting lineup here. Batting first, that'll be your shortstop in Jackson Burney. And then batting second, how about the right fielder in Trip Caldwell. Batting third, your pitcher, Adam Newton, will be on the mound today for the Lions. We'll get a look at him in the top of the first. Then batting cleanup today, that'll be your third baseman in Landon Pierce. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Jesse Goldsmith. Batting sixth, your left fielder in Colin Braslin. Batting seventh, the catcher, Tyler Bush, behind the plate here today. Then batting eighth, you'll have the second baseman in Eli Harrison. Finally, batting ninth, they'll actually have the designated hitter. Of course, subbing in for the center fielder, the designated hitter will be Brock Ware. Out in center field for the Lions, that'll be Logan Smith. So Smith will be out in the field, and Ware will be batting here for Crocker. Excuse me, exactly my point, but just a little bit of a side note here. Of course, Crocker, very gracious host here today, actually did give me stats as well. So, Just want you to know, I do have stats for Crocker here tonight. Do not have stats for Dixon, but obviously we'll get a good look at these two teams. We'll figure out pretty quickly who is the one. We can obviously make some assumptions. Leadoff batter fastest, cleanup hitter strongest, and of course, you have some good fielders out there watching them warm up right now. You've seen that ball zip around the field. So what we're going to do here, we're going to take another timeout. We approach the start of this one. First pitch about 5 minutes away or so. We'll see if maybe we start just a little bit past 5 p.m. here today, but we'll take ourselves another few minutes. We'll come back, and then we'll have your first pitch ready to go here in this Frisco League matchup. Again, Crocker and Dixon, Frisco League Baseball, right here on Z102.3.
Ever think about living to be 100 years old? Well, maybe you will. Hello, this is Martin Vernon, owner of Memorial Chapels and Crematory. Making plans and being prepared for events in our lives is the right thing to do. At Memorial Chapels, we offer many choices in funeral planning, and we're always available to discuss options regarding how best to fund those choices. Because when it comes to important events in life, you really need to get prepared.
Mailbox It in St. Robert is now your complete shipping headquarters. Mailbox It is a UPS authorized shipping agent. They can ship your package UPS, accept UPS drop-offs, and can accept UPS returns with a shipping label. Add FedEx and the United States Postal Service, and why go anywhere else? Mailbox It is the go-to resource for packing, shipping, printing, and business service needs. Mailbox It is a copy, print, and document service center. They can even print your photos and canvases. Mailbox It, 213 Suite 3, St. Robert Boulevard. As the years go by, everything gets older. Even the new seeds just planted. Getting older means getting wiser. And in the banking business, that means keeping up with the times. For 112 years, the Bank of Crocker has met the needs of the Fort Wood area and exceeded those needs with the most modern banking services available. With Android and Apple mobile banking apps. And at bankofcrocker.com, online banking is a click away no matter where you are. Personal hometown service, however, has not changed. That's one thing that's stayed the same as the Bank of Crocker turns 112. The Bank of Crocker, with 4 locations in Crocker, Richland, Waynesville, and St. Robert. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
When it comes to great deals on the best-selling trucks 46 years running, Ed Morse Ford in St. Robert has your back. I'm Mike Freeman, and I'd like to invite you to come in during Ford Truck Month. Hurry in now to take advantage of 0% financing for 36 months on new 2022 F-150s, or choose 3.9 for 72 months plus a $1,000 Ford rebate and huge Ed Morse discounts. For a truckload of savings, don't miss Truck Month going on now at Ed Morse Ford St. Robert. Get backed by Morse today. Offer ends March 31st.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
For a free insurance review,
for auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, John Gregory, your Shelter Insurance agent in Crocker.
Or stop by and see me, Dave Howlett, your Shelter Insurance agent in Richland.
Wondering where to go for care at Phelps Health? For non-life-threatening conditions that require ongoing care and prevention, like annual checkups or colds, make an appointment with one of our primary care providers. When you need immediate attention for non-life-threatening health matters, like a cut that may require stitches, our immediate care clinics in Rolla and Waynesville are here to help. And if you're experiencing life-threatening medical issues, the Phelps Health Emergency Department is committed to caring for you when you need it most. Visit phelpshealth.org to learn more.
The trucks are coming in and coming in. Lowe Chevrolet in Waynesville has vehicles on the lot with your name on it. Stop by and check out the selection. Take your pick and drive off the lot today with a new or pre-owned vehicle of your choice. Lowe Chevrolet can help you with financing, service, and so much more. Serving the community you live in for over 30 years. Lowe Chevrolet, off I-44, exit 156 in Waynesville.
Hi, this is Brad Shelton at the Marys County Bank. Every day, the Marys County Bank touches every corner of your life and supports you as you turn your life's goals into accomplishments. Whether it's purchasing your first car, opening a small business, buying a home, planning a wedding, or preparing for retirement. From your first car to a new life after retirement, the Marys County Bank is there for all your life's milestones with our full line of products. Stop by one of our 10 locations and see how the Marys County Bank can support your dreams. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And once again, back here at the Crocker High School baseball field, still warming up, so going to get started a little bit after 5 o'clock here today, but not too far after 5 o'clock. Our umpires, they are ready to go, and of course, eagerly anticipating the start of this Frisco League baseball matchup. Again, that will see the Crocker Lions taking on the Dixon Bulldogs. Again, Connor Harbert here with you today, Z102.3. Of course, outside here today, not a cloud in the sky. As far as baseball weather goes, very nice day for baseball. Maybe a little bit on the warm side, but frankly, after the weather we've had the last few weeks, I will certainly take 80 degrees and clear skies. Don't forget, this is one of 2 broadcasts we will have for you hopefully this week. Of course, going to get started here with Crocker and Dixon, but on Thursday of this week, we're going to try again with Waynesville Tigers baseball. Of course, the Tigers, they are set to host Camdenton later on in the week. The Lakers are coming to town, Wayne Bandy Baseball Field. I will have that one for you as well. So hopefully that game comes to pass. I know we are going to have some rain tomorrow, but hopefully the fields can kind of hold up there. And again, apologies for not having Saturday's game. I do remember that the Tigers did end up playing at home on Saturday against Sullivan, but I was not able to make that broadcast. Personally, I did have other plans for Saturday already scheduled that I was not able to get out of, and so we weren't able to go out there and get to that game. Normally, I'm not going to miss a Waynesville home game, but that one just kind of slipped away from my fingers. Apologies aside, of course, we've got our 2 coaches meeting at home plate. So again, going through your starting lineups here real quickly before we get on over to your national anthem. Again, taking a look here at Crocker, you'll have Bernie over at short. He will be batting first. Caldwell out in right field and, of course, batting second. Newton batting third, playing on the mound today. He will be your starting pitcher for the Lions, batting cleanup the third baseman in Landon Pierce. Jesse Goldsmith playing first base and batting fifth. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Colin Braslin. Batting seventh, the catcher, Tyler Bush. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Eli Harrison. And then batting ninth, your designated hitter, Brock Ware. Logan Smith will be out in center field for the Lions. And then again, taking a look at Dixon, their starting lineup today. Case Sinden batting leadoff and playing short. Batting second, the catcher, Konosuke Shiroma. Batting third, the pitcher, Drake Young. Batting fourth is your first baseman, Luke Roach. Batting fifth, the second baseman, Chase Houston. Batting sixth, your right fielder in Joel Nivens. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Drew Young. Batting eighth, your center fielder in Evan Norton. And then batting ninth will be your left fielder in Garrett Johnson. So those are your starting lineups once more. Of course, Crocker, again, 3-1. Dixon, 5-1. One of these teams going to pick up their second loss of the season. The other team, well, they'll just pick up another win in the early season. We're going to go ahead and take ourselves a break, another few minutes. Of course, after we come back, we'll definitely have first pitch here for you. We'll be coming back after the national anthem. Again, it's Crocker and Dixon, Frisco League Baseball, coming up next. You're listening to Z102.3.
Turn on the heat. Call AirServe Heating and Air in West Waynesville and get your existing system checked and serviced. If it's time to step up and get a new system, the Luxair high-performance heating and air equipment is top of the line. Luxair sets the standard year in and year out with new features and innovations in the industry and has since 1954. Your Luxair system is just a phone call away at AirServe Heating and Air at 433-3613 or stop by the office on Historic Route 66 in West Waynesville and ask about the Luxair Advantage. New Year's savings all the way through February at St. Robert Auto Supply, your Napa parts store. Get $20 to $25 rebates on the purchase of Legend and Legend Premium AGM and AAA branded automotive batteries. Since it's the coldest time of the year, several Napa brand battery chargers are on sale too, as well as booster cables. Save 50% on Napa night vision headlights. All the oil and antifreeze you'll ever need, you'll find at St. Robert Auto Supply. And pick up a gallon jug of Peak Window De-Icer Windshield Wash in anti-frost purple for $4.49. This and more at your Napa parts store, St. Robert Auto Supply, where you get the good stuff 7 days a week.
Let's just try not to embarrass ourselves and everything will be fine.
Is that a Pepsi Vanilla?
Oh no, please not here, not now.
Oh, too late. Steve, it's flavor time, baby, and we're coming to you live with the smoothest cat in the city, Pepsi Vanilla.
No, it's not flavor time.
With a flavor so rich and a taste so smooth. It's delicious. It's refreshing.
Dude, seriously, does this always have to happen when you drink Pepsi Vanilla?
Ooh, yeah, baby.
Pepsi Vanilla, now available in zero sugar. That's what I like.
When the chaos is over and the dust settles, it's a relief to see that big old tree you've always loved still there, unharmed and confident. Confidence that brings about trust and comfort from a full-service bank right here in your own community. Your one stop for savings, checking, home equity and auto loans, and CDs and money markets. That's your protection from the storm.
The Bank of Iberia in 2 locations, Iberia and Waynesville. Come on in to the Bank of Iberia.
Ever think about living to be 100 years old? Well, maybe you will. Hello, this is Martin Vernon, owner of Memorial Chapels and Crematory. Making plans and being prepared for events in our lives is the right thing to do. At Memorial Chapels, we offer many choices in funeral planning, and we're always available to discuss options regarding how best to fund those choices. Because when it comes to important events in life, you really need to get prepared.
Mailbox It in St. Robert is now your complete shipping headquarters. Mailbox It is a UPS authorized shipping agent. They can ship your package UPS, accept UPS drop-offs, and can accept UPS returns with a shipping label. Add FedEx and the United States Postal Service, and why go anywhere else? Mailbox It is the go-to resource for packing, shipping, printing, and business service needs. Mailbox It is a copy, print, and document service center. They can even print your photos and canvases. Mailbox It, 213 Suite 3, St. Robert Boulevard. As the years go by, everything gets older. Even the new seeds just planted. Getting older means getting wiser. And in the banking business, that means keeping up with the times. For 112 years, the Bank of Crocker has met the needs of the Fort Wood area and exceeded those needs with the most modern banking services available. With Android and Apple mobile banking apps. And at bankofcrocker.com, online banking is a click away no matter where you are. Personal hometown service, however, has not changed. That's one thing that's stayed the same as the Bank of Crocker turns 112. The Bank of Crocker, with 4 locations in Crocker, Richland, Waynesville, and St. Robert. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
When it comes to great deals on the best-selling trucks 46 years running, Ed Morse Ford in St. Robert has your back. I'm Mike Freeman, and I'd like to invite you to come in during Ford Truck Month. Hurry in now to take advantage of 0% financing for 36 months on new 2022 F-150s, or choose 3.9 for 72 months plus a $1,000 Ford rebate and huge Ed Morse discounts. For a truckload of savings, don't miss Truck Month going on now at Ed Morse Ford St. Robert. Get backed by Morse today. Offer ends March 31st.
Adam Newton warming up here as we come back to Crocker High School. Of course, Crocker, Missouri, not too far from our home base back in Waynesville, about 20 minutes give or take. Top of the first, coming up here, our Frisco League baseball action here today. The Crocker Lions playing host to the Dixon Bulldogs. Connor Harbert here with you tonight. 97.9, no, excuse me, how about Z102.3? Here today, kind of switching between our 2 stations. Of course, Cardinals baseball coming up over on 97.9, the Source pregame starting at about 5:50 here today. But I would hope that you stick with us right here, right now. We've got 2 very good high school baseball teams about to take to the field here. Of course, throw on down to second, right on the money. And so we will get going here with the shortstop, Case Sinden. Sent up to bat first here tonight for the Bulldogs. Again, Newton on the mound, Sinden right-handed batter. It'll be a lefty versus righty matchup. Newton, the left-hander, working out of the wind-up to start. Sinden straightaway stance. First pitch from Newton. Starts this one off here with a called strike 1. 0-1 count to start our day here today. Back up to the mound, taking his time in between pitches here. Now likes what he sees. Here comes that 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Pitch in the dirt. Strike 2. Not up in the sky here today. Right on field level. Just slightly to the right of home plate. 0-2 on the way now. Here's a swing. Soft ground ball back toward the mound. Newton has it. He'll flip it over to first. Jesse Goldsmith there to field it. And that'll be out number 1. So 1 away here for Dixon here on the top of the first. That brings us now to the catcher, Konosuke Shiroma. Sharoma batting from the left-hand side of the plate. First pitch up high, ball one. 1-3 put out to start today's ball game. Here comes the 1-0 pitch now. Swung on. Here's a fly ball out toward right. Going back on the right fielder Caldwell, but that one is gone. A solo shot for the catcher Konosuke Sharoma. And Dixon opens this one up with a 1-0 lead. The wind's blowing here today, but that one had enough distance. I'll tell you that much. Caught all of it. And Sharoma will give Dixon a 1-0 lead. So didn't have to wait long for the scoring here today. We'll see if the Bulldogs can keep it going now with the third batter in the lineup. That'll be the pitcher, Drake Young. Young going to be settling into the right-hand side of the plate. Another righty versus lefty matchup. See how Newton responds. First pitch, good-looking breaking ball, falls in the zone, strike one. Oh, and 1 the count. Now the next delivery. That one's too low. Count will even up here, 1-1. Newton, a sophomore. And told you we have some Crocker stats tonight that I can share with you. 1-1. Pitch just too low. Down around the shins of Young. We go 2-1. Of course, with the wind here today, controlling the paper might be a little bit easier said than done. We'll give it our best here. 2-1 now. Here's a little swing and a ground ball that gets through in the gap into left field. 2 straight base hits now for the Bulldogs as Young, he'll make his way on over to first. He'll have himself a 1-out single. So the home run, now a single. And here comes the cleanup hitter. It'll be Luke Roach. Obviously, first time we've seen Roach tonight, top of the first. Runner aboard. We'll look to moving him around. Batting from the right-hand side, first pitch, in at the knees. That's a called strike one. Again, like I said at the pregame, I am battling a bit of a cold, maybe a little bit of allergies today. So apologies for that. Might sneak a sniffle or two onto the air. Here's a pitch that's just a bit outside, ball one. After Roach, second baseman Chase Houston on deck. After Houston, that'd be the right fielder and Joel Nivens. He's in the hole if he manages to get a crack at this one. Double play ball, a possibility to get Crocker out of the inning with minimal damage. Newton going to step off. Looks over toward first, no throw. He'll step back up. Newton will reset here. Comes set, out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. Taking off for second is Young. Swing and a foul tip, I do believe. And they'll send Young back over to first. So Roach caught a piece of that ball, and that'll be strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count, 1 away. Young back on over to first now. Took off with the last pitch. Now time going to be called at home plate as Roach steps out. Roach will settle back in now. Again, facing a 1-2 count. Newton still looking for that first strikeout. Now here's another pickoff throw to first. A throw this time, but Young is back. So we'll see now if we get that 1-2. Again, a 1-0 ball game. Solo home run already in the inning for Dixon. Konosuke Sharoma going deep to right field. Next pitch. Swung on. Fly ball. Foul territory. Moving over. Third baseman Landon Pierce. Does he have room? Couldn't find it. It'll fall harmlessly, and we'll head back here with still a 1-2 count. Again, lots of wind here today. Those high pop-ups, those high fly balls, they're going to be a bit of a challenge. Got to track it. Right up against the fence that time. But Pierce unable to bring it in. So still 1 ball, still 2 strikes. That wind, by the way, it's blowing out toward left field. Sharoma not needing the wind to get that ball over the right field fence. 1-2, another pickoff throw. Been on that 1-2 count for a while now. It is a bit of a battle here between Newton and Roach. Again, on a cloudless April day. Cannot believe it's already April. Next pitch on the way. Young taking off, swinging a miss, 4 strike 3, throw down to seconds, not going to be in time. So Roach will strike out, but Young does get second base. 2 outs now in the inning, runner in scoring position for Chase Houston. Go now as a stolen base for Young. So Newton got him with the breaking ball. Got Roach with the breaking ball. Might have helped Young in his efforts to steal the bat. So again, 2 outs. Here's Chase Houston batting from the left-hand side of the plate. Time called. Now he'll step back in. We'll see that first pitch to Houston. Young, big lead off of second. Taking off for third now. Here's a swing. Slow roller over toward the mound. Going to be fielded by Pierce. Has to hurry toward first. Throw's not going to be in time, and it gets by him. Young rounding third. He's going to score. And that'll make it a 2-0 Dixon lead. So I believe it's still going to be a single for Houston. Do believe he was going to beat that one out. We'll give him the infield single. Third hit of the inning for the Bulldogs, but there will be an error to bring Young home. Be an error on the pitcher in Newton. So 2-0 now in favor of the Bulldogs. Again, still in the top of the first. Good start here today for Dixon. First pitch on the way here to Joel Nivens. Swung on, foul tip into the glove, 4 strike 1. Now the 0-1 on the way, swung on, fouled it off behind us. And we go now to 0-2. So quickly now, Nivens finds himself in a deep hole. We'll try to battle back here, choke up on the bat and swing at anything close. Runner over on first, that being Houston from the stretch. 0-2 outside. And we go 1-2. Now the 1-2. Fired in there in the dirt. Nicely dug out, though, by Bush behind the plate. Evens things up now, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. 2's on the board, 2 runs for Dixon here in this top of the first. Now the next pitch. Breaking ball, ground ball over to short. Bernie has it. He'll flip it over to second for the force. And the fielder's choice will get Crocker out of the inning. But a solo home run. 2 more singles for the Dixon Bulldogs have put 2 runs on the board in that top of the first. 2 runs and 3 hits. There was an error, and there was, theoretically, 1 runner left on base on that fielder's choice. We'll take 60 seconds, come back, bottom of the first on the way. You're listening to Crocker Dixon, Frisco League Baseball, and Z102.3.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
For a free insurance review,
For auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, John Gregory, your shelter insurance agent in Crocker.
Or stop by and see me, Dave Howlett, your shelter insurance agent in Richland.
Wondering where to go for care at Phelps Health? For non-life-threatening conditions that require ongoing care and prevention, like annual checkups or colds, make an appointment with one of our primary care providers. When you need immediate attention for non-life-threatening health matters, like a cut that may require stitches, our immediate care clinics in Rolla and Waynesville are here to help. And if you're experiencing life-threatening medical issues, the Phelps Health Emergency Department is committed to caring for you when you need it most. Visit phelpshealth.org to learn more.
Crocker will look to get some runs back on the board as we enter the bottom of the first here in Crocker. Dixon, a solo home run, couple singles. Helped along by a Crocker error, able to pick up the couple runs. They lead 2-0 again in this bottom of the first. Connor Harbert here with you, Z102.3 here today. Our Frisco League game of the week. We'll have a Waynesville game of the week later on in the week. That wasn't redundant enough for you. We'll have Waynesville and Camdenton. That'll be, of course, at the Wayne Bandy Baseball Field in Waynesville on Thursday here this week. Hopefully that rain will not interfere with that Thursday game. Rain's supposed to be in the forecast for tomorrow. We'll see where things go, but of course we do have a game here at hand. No rain in the forecast, so we know we're getting this one done. Again, not even a cloud in the sky. It'll be Jackson Burney to start things out here for the Lions. So he'll settle in again to face the Dixon pitcher in Drake Young. Be a righty versus righty matchup to start things out. Young from the windup. First offering to Burney. Gonna watch it go high above the lettering. 1-0. Burney, a sophomore. Watching the next one go by. That one's into the knees for strike one. Let's see. Burney still, looking at the wrong line here. 3-11 on the season. Check swing, went around on it. Pitch might have been in the zone anyway. That'll be a called strike two. Batting .273 on the season. Again, 3 for 11 on the campaign. Facing a 1-2. Next pitch from Young. Fastball up high, ball two. Even count, 2-2. Next offering from the windup. Outside. We go full for the first time in this one now. About 3-2. So our game's first full count to lead things off. Bottom of the first. Payoff pitch. Swung on. Foul ball. Slow ground ball down the first base side. We'll do it again. Burney, Caldwell, Newton. 1, 2, and 3 in this Crocker lineup. Both pitchers batting in that 3-hole today. See Newton later. Here's the next payoff pitch. Going to the breaking ball. It's outside. Ball 4. Burney's day starts off with a walk. And that brings the tying run early in this game to the plate here in Trip Caldwell. I was going to say, Burney batting .273, but a very good on-base percentage. .385 coming into this game. Has a good eye, willing to take the walk. Did so there. Finds his way aboard. We'll see how Dixon responds with a man aboard now for the right fielder, Trip Caldwell. Caldwell swinging away. Line drive, sent out towards right center. That's going to get down. That'll be a base hit. Burney stopping at second as the throw comes back in the infield. Caldwell wasting no time there. He picks up Crocker's first hit of the game. It's first and second, nobody out for the pitcher, Adam Newton. The sound of trumpets filling the field here in Crocker. Normally the theme of the closer Edwin Diaz for the New York Mets. Going to be used in a hitting situation here. Newton settles in here from the right-hand side. Showing bunt. Brings in the third baseman from the corner. Pitch. Pulls it back. Pitch high. Ball 1. So we'll see if Newton lays down the bunt here. A bunt to move runners over to second and third. Obviously not the worst thing in the world. Now looking to swing away, but he watches it low, 2-0. First and second, 2-0. Working from the stretch is Young. Next pitch, that one's up high, 3-0. So 3 straight pitches outside the zone now. Presume we'll watch Newton take a pitch here. Walk here loads the bases. Nobody out in this bottom of the first. So here we go, that 3-0. Newton going to watch it all the way in. Strike one called. 3-1, hitters count. See if Newton gets something to hit. So again, 3 balls, 1 strike. Look over to second. A second look. And now delivers. Swung on, foul tipped. We'll go full now. From 3-0 now to 3-2. So Newton looking to do some damage here, but now facing a full count. Batting .556 this season. That's 5 for 9. Obviously a good start to his campaign. Facing that 3-2. Bernie on second, Caldwell on first. And now a pickoff move towards second, no throw. We'll wait for that 3-2. Back to it now. Here is that payoff pitch. Too high. Might have actually caught him there. But the result's the same regardless. It'll be bases loaded, nobody out. So I do believe that did catch him actually. So we'll give it a hit by pitch. Like I said, the result would be the same anyway. Would have been ball 4. We'll have bases loaded here with nobody out. Great opportunity here for Crocker to do some damage after giving up those 2 runs in the top of the first. Bases loaded, and again, you've got your cleanup hitter coming to the plate and Landon Pierce. Pierce, another sophomore. Third baseman, catcher, pitcher. Of course, playing third base today. Pierce this season batting at 100, looks like. First pitch too high, ball 1. Working quickly is Young. Now the next one. Here's a swing, ground ball over to short. Could be 2. 1-1 will score. Throw over to second. Not going to be handled cleanly. Everybody's safe. So the error makes sure that the bases remain loaded. But on the play, Bernie does score. It'll be ruled a fielder's choice. As the throw did go over to second. Well, I actually don't know what to rule that. It could be a fielder's choice. But it is an error that leaves Newton over on second. That'll be an error on the second baseman, E4. Throw was good. Just couldn't field it cleanly. First pitch here to Jesse Goldsmith falls in for strike 1. So Crocker gets a run back here. Now time call. Young going to fire it in anyway. Leads cut to 1 now, 2-1. Again, last time we were out doing some baseball. Iberia Bell, 18-14. Not saying this game's going to get there, but both teams flashing some offense early. 0-1, again, too high, 1-1. Caldwell on third, Newton on second. Pierce now over on first. 1-1 pitch. That swung on, missed. Went right by with the fastball, 1-2. And nobody out. Prime opportunity here for the Lions. On deck, Colin Brasselin. 2-strike pitch. One swung on, missed. That'll be a strikeout. First strikeout of the day for Young. And it does give Dixon a little bit of breathing room here. Again, still have a force at any base. Now a double play potentially gets him out of the inning. Strikeout, definitely the best possible result there, I'd say. Short of a triple play. Here's Colin Brasselin. First pitch to Brasselin, swinging away, fouls it off. Up and around the backstop, 0-1. Deep backstop here in Crocker. Pitch that gets by could potentially be a run with that runner over on third. Something to note here. 0-1 now, delivered. Swung on, miss, strike 2. Young making a miss now here. And Brasselin finds himself in a hole. Base is still loaded, 1 out. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. In there, strike 3 called. So after a little bit of problems here, Drake Young seems to have settled himself down here. 2 straight strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking. And with the bases still loaded, we'll see if Tyler Bush can do the damage. So Bush settles in here. removes the shin protectors. Senior catcher. Also can play out in the outfield. Also does a little bit of pitching as well. First pitch to Bush. Delivered low and a little bit away as well. 1-0. Bush still looking for his first hit on the season. He's 0 for 8. 273 on base percentage. Here's a swing, ground ball over toward first. There to pick it up, that'll be Roach. He'll take it to the bag himself. And that'll do it here for the bottom half of the first. So, bases loaded, but Dixon only gives up the run. It was 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error, and there was 3 runners left over on base. So with that, we move on to the top of the second here in Crocker. Dixon Bulldogs, they lead this one here by a score of 2-1. Back in 60, you're listening to Frisco League Baseball right here on Z102.3.
The trucks are coming in and coming in. Lowe Chevrolet in Waynesville has vehicles on the lot with your name on it. Stop by and check out the selection. Take your pick and drive off the lot today with a new or pre-owned vehicle of your choice. Lowe Chevrolet can help you with financing, service, and so much more. Serving the community you live in for over 30 years. Lowe Chevrolet, off I-44, exit 156 in Waynesville.
Hi, this is Brad Shelton at the Marys County Bank. Every day, the Marys County Bank touches every corner of your life and supports you as you turn your life's goals into accomplishments. Whether it's purchasing your first car, opening a small business, buying a home, planning a wedding, or preparing for retirement. From your first car to a new life after retirement, the Marys County Bank is there for all your life's milestones with our full line of products. Stop by one of our 10 locations and see how the Marys County Bank can support your dreams. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
About to get going here in the top half of the second inning. Dixon, they lead Crocker here in our Frisco League action 2-1 as Newton continues to warm up here on the mound. Again, I'll remind you, one of 2 games we have scheduled this week. Make sure to tune in on Thursday right here, Z102.3. Will be Waynesville and Camdenton. We'll get those Tigers back on the air after a couple of false starts. Of course, the weather wreaking havoc across the state. Several rainouts. Of course, talking with Crocker AD Rich Mueller before the game. Obviously, talking about the headaches that come with rescheduling games. Can't say I envy his spot. Sometimes it's just easier to say, you know what, we're not broadcasting, we'll pick up another one. Of course, we will pick up another Waynesville game somewhere down the line. So here we go, top of the second. First one to hit. How about Drew Young? Young watches it in there. Called strike 1. 7, 8, and 9. Bottom of the Dixon lineup coming up. Young, Norton, Johnson. Young, third baseman. Batting from the left-hand side. 0-1 now. Swung on, popped up. This one won't leave the infield. Who will handle it? It'll be the pitcher, Newton, who reaches under, makes the grab. 4 out, number 1. So a quick first out here for the Lions. That brings us to number 8 hitter, center fielder, Evan Norton. So Norton will get a crack at it here. Newton delivers from the windup. Looks good. Called as such. Strike 1. Obviously, first time we've seen Norton. Looking to get Dixon started here with that 1-run lead. Here's a pitch too low. Ball 1. So a home run in the first inning. Konosuke Shiroma. Then Drake Young eventually able to come around and score on the fielder's choice. Here's a swing. Didn't make contact, though. 1-2. One ball, 2 strike. Next pitch. Just a bit too low. No, they'll call it outside. Excuse me. 2-2. Will admit I don't have the best left to right angle. Can definitely see high and low. Maybe. Might call that one wrong. 2-2 now. We'll worry about that later. Here's a line drive. First base side. Maybe. No. Couldn't handle it there. Goldsmith giving it a good chase. Just over the top. We'll stay at 2-2. Of course, I feel like I mentioned it at least once a game. I don't purport to be as good as the umpires on the field. There's a reason why they do it and I don't. I sit behind this microphone and tell you what's going on. Here's the next 2-2. There we go. That'll be strike 3 called. Fastball got him looking. And that'll be the first 2 down here for Dixon in this top of the second. So 2 up, 2 down. That brings us to the last hitter in this Dixon lineup, left fielder Garrett Johnson. He'll settle in left-hand side of the plate to face Newton. Newton, his second strikeout of the game. Going to deliver the first pitch. High and inside a little bit. 1-0. So after Johnson, if he manages to keep the inning alive, we go back to the top with Case Sinden. 1-0. Swung on. Maybe caught a piece of it, but it's into the glove. 1-1. Sinden on deck. Shiroma in the hole. Ball 1 strike from the windup. Newton's next pitch gets on by, but nobody to take advantage of it. 2-1. This ball game about 30 minutes old. Got started just past the 5 o'clock hour. We are in the top of the second. 2-1 now. This time caught the corner, high up and inside, 2-2. 2s across the board here, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Newton looking for the sign. Now time going to be called as Johnson will step out. Couple practice cuts, now steps back in. Now here comes that 2-2. Just high, 3-2. Going to be just a bit too high here, and so we go full. 3-2. Newton comes set, the payoff pitch. It is a chopper behind the plate, foul ball. We get a second offering here at 3-2. So still a full count here for Johnson. Able to battle off 1 pitch. Here comes that second one. Swung on, miss, strike 3. And that'll do it here in this top of the second. So a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base here for Dixon in this top of the second, but they still lead this one here at 2-1. We'll see if Crocker can tie this one back up. Maybe take the lead in the bottom half of the inning. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Crocker Dixon. You're listening to Frisco League Baseball right here on Z102.3.
Turn on the heat. Call AirServe Heating and Air in West Waynesville and get your existing system checked and serviced. If it's time to step up and get a new system, the Luxair high-performance heating and air equipment is top of the line. Luxair sets the standard year in and year out with new features and innovations in the industry and has since 1954. Your Luxair system is just a phone call away at AirServe Heating and Air at 433-3613 or stop by the office on Historic Route 66 in West Waynesville and ask about the Luxair Advantage. New Year's savings all the way through February at St. Robert Auto Supply, your Napa parts store. Get $20 to $25 rebates on the purchase of Legend and Legend Premium AGM and AAA branded automotive batteries. Since it's the coldest time of the year, several Napa brand battery chargers are on sale too, as well as booster cables. Save 50% on Napa night vision headlights. All the oil and antifreeze you'll ever need, you'll find at St. Robert Auto Supply. And pick up a gallon jug of Peak Window De-Icer Windshield Wash in anti-frost purple for $49. This and more at your Napa parts store, St. Robert Auto Supply, where you get the good stuff 7 days a week.
Bottom of the second here in Crocker. A 1-2-3 inning for Dixon in the top half. We'll see if the Lions can get their offense back up and going. Picking up 1 run in the first, but they trail by 1, 2-1. 8-9-1. Starting out, the second baseman, Eli Harrison. He will face Drake Young as Young fires the first pitch high and inside for ball 1. It's Connor Harbert here with you today, Z102.3. Cardinals baseball. Pregame starting in about 10 minutes. Over on our sister station, 97.9 The Source. Here's a pitch in the dirt, ball 2. As I suggested this morning during my on-air shift over on 97.9, why don't you find yourself a second radio? Listen to both of us. Kind of turn up and down as necessary. Here's a pitch that's in the middle of the zone, called for strike one. A cacophony of noise, but you can never get enough baseball, I'd say. 2 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch, inside. And it'll be a 3-1 count to Harrison to start off this second. We will return to the top of the lineup here in this half inning. 3-1 now. Taken. Called strike 2. Our second inning starts with a full count. Right-handed batter Harrison steps back in. Payoff pitch. Swung on, miss. Strike 3. Swinging strikeout to start out the inning. Third strikeout of the game here for Drake Young. And that brings us to number 9 hitter, designated hitter, Brock Wade. Or excuse me, how about Brock Ware? Handwriting looked like a D there, but nope, Brock Ware will settle in here. Batting from the right-hand side of the plate. Young out of the windup, first offering. That's going to hit him. Caught him on the arm. 1 pitch. Take your base. Crocker has that tying run back aboard here as the top of the lineup returns. Coming back up here, Jackson Burney. Or at least will return here, heading back to the dugout. Not getting his preferred bat this time, or at least changing the bat up. We'll have ourselves a courtesy runner. Looks like pinch running here for Ware. That'll be Logan Smith. Smith, of course, out in center field. He'll run for his designated hitter here. He'll stand aboard over on first. Here for Burney, who's looking for an at-bat here. 0 for 0 on the day. First time up, he walked. Later came around to score. Scored on the fielder's choice. The base is loaded. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Nicely dug out, though, by Shiroma. So Burney representing that lone Crocker run here at the moment. Still plenty of baseball to be had. Next pitch also taken. Still too low, ball 2. So 2 straight pitches outside the zone. Next one, Smith taking off for second. Shiroma the throw down to second. Good throw, and he got him. So that base runner, that leadoff base runner wiped away here. That'll be out number 2. As Shiroma fires a picture-perfect ball from behind the plate. Pitch was called a ball. It'll be 3-0. But again, that leadoff runner is gone. Rio now delivered, taken all the way. That'll be down the middle for strike 1. Still a hitter's count. Young's next pitch, 2-0, ball 4. Second time in this game, we'll see Burney draw himself a walk. So Burney again on first, and that brings us to Trip Caldwell. Caldwell, the owner of Crocker, only hit so far in the game. Single, of course, back in the first. Waiter is left stranded over on third. Swinging away on the first pitch once more. Ground ball, third base side, but it goes foul. Line drive out in the right field that got down. Advanced Burney over to second at the time. And again, was eventually left stranded over on third. So 0-1 here. Caldwell fouls the first pitch off. Pickoff throw over to first. Close, but no cigar. Burney gets his hand in. As we'll continue to wait the 0-1. Burney, of course, the leadoff batter. You got to presume he has some speed out there. Flip through my papers and battle the wind here. Could tell you he has any stolen bases on the year. Here's another pickoff throw, but again, Burney gets back. That one not quite as close. Another pickoff throw. And again, Bernie dives in. Kind of a cat and mouse game between Bernie and Young. So we continue to wait the 0-1 here to Caldwell. There we go. I've identified it, but again, it's wind. Got some serious wind here in our neck of the woods as of late, haven't we? And another pickoff throw. How about 4 in a row? But Bernie again ready for it. Bernie, how about 2 stolen bases on the year? Yet to be caught stealing. Not the team leader in steals. So we get a 5th throw back over to first. 5 straight pickoff throws over to first. Meanwhile, back to the plate, 0-1, 2 outs. Here we go. Here is the pitch. Caldwell swings. Foul ball. Over the fence. And out of play. We'll go 0-2. Caldwell definitely a free swinger. 2 straight at-bats. We've seen him swing at the first pitch. Actually has not seen a pitch that has not resulted in a hit ball so far. See if that changes here. Again, 0-2. Next pitch on the way. Up high. Shiroma looking like he wanted to throw to first, but lost control of the ball. We go 1-2. Lost it coming out of his stance. And so we await the 1-2. Young out of the stretch. Here comes the 1-2. Breaking ball outside, weaving it up 2-2. Two and 2. Next 2-strike pitch. Again fouled off. Off behind us into the parking lot. Stays at 2-2. Caldwell swinging, making contact. Now trying to put it fair. Trying to move Bernie around. Of course, Bernie still representing that tying run. Here's a pickoff throw. But Bernie again, ever aware, gets that hand back in. Wind blowing out to left. 2-2 on its way. Swing on, miss. That'll be strike 3. 4 strikeouts now for Young, as that'll leave the runner stranded on first and move us on in to the 3rd. So, no runs for Crocker in that bottom of the 2nd. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Top of the 3rd here in Crocker. Still 2-1 in favor of the Dixon Bulldogs. Back in 60, you're listening to Frisco League Baseball right here on Z102.3.
Let's just try not to embarrass ourselves and everything will be fine.
Is that a Pepsi Vanilla?
Oh, no, please not here, not now.
Oh, too late. Steve, it's flavor time, baby, and we're coming to you live with the smoothest cat in the city, Pepsi Vanilla.
No, it's not flavor time.
With a flavor so rich and a taste so smooth. It's delicious. It's refreshing.
Dude, seriously, does this always have to happen when you drink Pepsi Vanilla?
Ooh, yeah, baby.
Pepsi Vanilla, now available in 0 sugar. That's what I like.
When the chaos is over and the dust settles, it's a relief to see that big old tree you've always loved still there, unharmed and confident. Confidence that brings about trust and comfort from a full-service bank right here in your own community. Your one stop for savings, checking, home equity and auto loans, and CDs and money markets. That's your protection from the storm.
The Bank of Iberia in 2 locations, Iberia and Waynesville. Come on in to the Bank of Iberia.
Getting back to it here, or at least we'll get back to it here shortly, here in Crocker. Adam Newton going through his warm-up tosses as we move on into the top of the 3rd here in this one with the Dixon Bulldogs. They are leading here at 2-1. It's Connor Harbert here with you, Z102.3. We'll see the top of the Dixon lineup in this half inning. After a 1-2-3 inning in the 2nd, it'll be 1, 2, and 3 this time round. Sinden, Shiroma, and Young. Of course, Case Sinden, he'll lead it off as he steps back in. working on an 0 for 1 day. First batter of the first inning. Grounded out to the pitcher. 1-3 putout. Looking for a better result this time. First pitch from Newton, swinging away. Once again on the first pitch, ground ball over towards second. Harrison has it, throw over to first, not in time. In fact, no throw. It'll be an infield single for Sinden. Sent one right back up the middle. Harrison showing off his range, but unfortunately no play available. So a runner aboard here early on for Dixon as Konosuke Shiroma shows back up to the plate. Shiroma back in the first. A solo home run that got Dixon started. Powerful shot over the right field fence. Looking to do it again. Lefty versus lefty matchup. Swing. Foul ball off to the backstop. 0-1. Cover that foul ball. Get back to it here. Again, leadoff batter over on first. Curious to see if they send Sinden here. Maybe test out the arm of the catcher Bush. Already one stolen base today for the Bulldogs. Look over to first. Now a pickoff throw. But Sinden's back. See if Newton tests Sinden in the same way that Dixon tested Jackson Burney. Previous half inning. 7 pickoff throws. And that at bat to Caldwell. Really making sure Burney was not cheating over there on first. Here's that 0-1 though. Shiroma again swinging away. This time fly ball out toward left. Underneath the left fielder Braslin. He'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. So Shiroma retired this time round. That'll be out number 1. That runner hanging out over on first. Here comes the pitcher, Drake Young. Another pitcher versus pitcher matchup. It was Young who got the better of Newton last time round. Single out toward right field. He later come around to score. Excuse me, actually single over toward left field. Ground ball that got through the gap. Getting my base hits mixed up here. Pickoff throw to first, but Sinden not fooled. Dives back in. Sinden not a huge lead over on first. Of course, left-handed pitcher. Got to be a little more wary. Here's another line drive, this time out in the center field. And that'll be Young's second hit of the day. Gets by Smith out in center field. And moving over towards third is Sinden. He'll round third, but he'll hang right there. It'll be runners at the corners with one out. So Young gets his second hit of the game. So Dixon threatening once more here. With Young over on first. Sinden on third. And again, the first baseman, Luke Roach, heading back to the plate. Before we get to that, we'll have time called here. We'll have a visit to the mound. Full infield visit here for the Lions. As they'll talk it through. Again, 2-1 our score. There is a way out, but something to note, Drake Young over on first. Already a stolen base in this game, but not reckon he's going to stay over there on first for very long. Probably want him to run to get out of that double play ball. Of course, last time we saw Young over on first, Roach did strike out. Strike out, always your best option there. That runner on third scores on a deep fly ball. Scores obviously on a base hit. Most important for Roach to put the ball in play. So we'll get back to it here. Newton still left up on the mound. Just a quick visit here. So Roach will settle back in. He'll be batting again from the right-hand side. Sinden on third. Young on first. We'll get back to it here. Hope will bring us back in. Newton continues to pitch from the stretch. Young, large lead over on first. First pitch. Ground ball, first base side, but foul. Young not moving on that pitch. So we go 0-1. 1 out. 0-1. Nope. Pickoff throw. Young getting back in. Newton back to the rubber. Coming set once more. Here comes the 0-1. Breaking ball. Deep fly ball to left field. Caught all of that. That one is off the wall. That'll easily score Sinden. We'll see if they try to score Young. He's going to round third. Throw coming in. Not going to be to home plate. Going to be to second, but the throw gets by. That rolls all the way up to the wall. It'll be a double, but Roach will extend it on into a 3-bag play. Dixon scores 2. They'll lead by 3 here at 4-1. It'll be a double for Roach, a 2 RBI double. But he will take third on the error by Crocker. Be an error on the shortstop. On the throw back in. So Sinden scores. Young scores all the way from first. And with a runner standing just 90 feet away, here comes the second baseman, Chase Houston. Houston swinging away on the first pitch of the at-bat. No dice, 0-1. Houston 1 for 1. Singled his first time up in the first, but was thrown out at second on a fielder's choice. That ended the inning. Now another pitch on the way. Outside, ball 1. Again, 4-1 now our scores. Dixon, they've put 2 across in the top of the third to go with their 2 in the first. 1-1. Contact made. Ground ball to second. Houston has it. He's going to go home with it. Play at the plate. They got him. Good decision there by Harrison to go home with it. The tag was applied, and Roach is thrown out at home. Another fielder's choice, this time for Houston. He'll stand over on first. But Crocker is able to keep it just a 3-run game. Bush applying the tag behind the plate. And so, again, just a runner on first here now for the right fielder, Joel Nivens. Nivens, first pitch swinging, ground ball, third base sign. Look out over there. Coach over on the third base back. Not necessarily ready for that one. He's okay, though. We'll go 0-1. Where is my cursor? There it is. 0-1. Newton, a couple looks over to first, now delivers. Ground ball back over towards second. It's a slow roller. Harrison coming up on it. Throw to first, low, but handled cleanly for the final out of the inning. But a 2 RBI double for first baseman Luke Roach. That'll give the Bulldogs another couple of runs in the inning. 2 runs on 3 hits. There was an error, and there was 1 runner left over on base. We'll head on in now to the bottom of the third here in Crocker. The Lions with a little bit of work to do. They trail by 3. It's 4-1. Back in 60 seconds, you're listening to Frisco League Baseball right here on Z102.3.
Ever think about living to be 100 years old? Well, maybe you will. Hello, this is Martin Vernon, owner of Memorial Chapels and Crematory. Making plans and being prepared for events in our lives is the right thing to do. At Memorial Chapels, we offer many choices in funeral planning, and we're always available to discuss options regarding how best to fund those choices. Because when it comes to important events in life, you really need to get prepared.
Mailbox It in St. Robert is now your complete shipping headquarters. Mailbox It is a UPS authorized shipping agent. They can ship your package UPS, accept UPS drop-offs, and can accept UPS returns with a shipping label. Add FedEx and the United States Postal Service, and why go anywhere else? Mailbox It is the go-to resource for packing, shipping, printing, and business service needs. Mailbox It is a copy, print, and document service center. They can even print your photos and canvases. Mailbox It, 213 Suite 3, St. Robert Boulevard.
Bottom of the third here in Crocker. Lions back up to the plate, trailing by 3 in this one. Dixon putting up another couple of runs in the top half of the inning. Again, Bulldogs lead 4-1. First pitch of the inning. That one's going to catch Newton on the back. So Newton will take his place. Second time he's been hit by a pitch here today. He'll head on over to first. So a quick base runner here for the Lions. That brings the tying run out onto the field. Actually, before we get to it here, we'll actually check on Newton over on the first base line. Make sure he's all right. Took that one off the small of the back. I tell you, probably didn't feel that good. But they'll make sure he's okay before we get back to it. I was going to say, middle of the lineup coming up, 3, 4, and 5. Newton the 3, he's already aboard. Bringing us now to the third baseman, Landon Pierce. Pierce 0 for 1, fielder's choice last time up. Did reach base, but was left stranded on first. Getting a second crack at it here. Trying to put himself on. Drake Young still in the ball game, still on the mound. First pitch, caught the outer half, 0-1. Both starters still in the ball game at this point in time. So Young continues to work. Young, a couple looks over his right shoulder, now delivers. Here's a swing, fly ball, right field, shallow right field. Will actually be handled by the second baseman. That'll be picked up by Houston. He'll throw over toward first, but Newton gets back in time. Going to go down as a pop fly. That one just beyond the infield dirt. But Pierce is retired, bringing us now to the first baseman, Jesse Goldsmith. So Goldsmith going to get a look here once more. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Pickoff throw over to first, though, first off. Newton gets back in. First pitch to Goldsmith here this time round. Taken high, ball 1. Swinging strikeout last time up. That was at the time the second out of the inning. First out of the inning. Again, bases loaded, nobody out. Dixon was able to get out of it, thanks to a couple strikeouts. Goldsmith swings, misses. Evens it up, 1 ball, 1 strike. One's across the board here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Breaking ball outside. 2-1. Two and one. Good looking fastball there, taken by Goldsmith. 4 strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Young looking for his 5th strikeout of the day. Pickoff throw, that one looked good, and they got him. They've been looking for that pickoff play all game long, and they got Newton there. He'll be retired. And suddenly, this 2-2 count at the plate, it might be an inning ender. Base path's now empty here. So Young returns to the windup. Delivers that 2-2. Too high. Ball 3. Count 3-2. Here comes the payoff pitch. Nope, time called. Young able to hold himself from firing that one in. We'll continue to await the full count pitch. So Goldsmith still at the point here. Braslin on deck. Tying run still in the dugout with that pickoff play. Ground ball over toward first. Takes an odd hop, but Roach able to field it cleanly. Takes it to the bag himself to end the third. So it ends up being a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base here for Crocker in this bottom of the third. We're heading on into the top of the fourth here in this 7-inning contest. Dixon, they lead by 3 at 4-1. We'll be back here in 60 seconds. You're listening to Frisco League Baseball right here on Z102.3.
As the years go by, everything gets older. Even the new seeds just planted. Getting older means getting wiser. And in the banking business, that means keeping up with the times. For 112 years, the Bank of Crocker has met the needs of the Fort Wood area and exceeded those needs with the most modern banking services available. With Android and Apple mobile banking apps. And at bankofcrocker.com, online banking is a click away no matter where you are. Personal hometown service, however, has not changed. That's one thing that's stayed the same as the Bank of Crocker turns 112. The Bank of Crocker, with 4 locations in Crocker, Richland, Waynesville, and St. Robert. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
When it comes to great deals on the best-selling trucks 46 years running, Ed Morse Ford in St. Robert has your back. I'm Mike Freeman, and I'd like to invite you to come in during Ford Truck Month. Hurry in now to take advantage of 0% financing for 36 months on new 2022 F-150s, or choose 3.9 for 72 months plus a $1,000 Ford rebate and huge Ed Morse discounts. For a truckload of savings, don't miss Truck Month going on now at Ed Morse Ford St. Robert. Get backed by Morse today. Offer ends March 31st.
Time for a new inning here in Crocker. Top of the 4th coming up. Adam Newton going through his warm-up tosses. He will remain in the game here, trying to keep this game a 3-run game. 4-1 with Dixon out in front. And the bottom of the lineup coming back to the plate. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 once more. Things get started here with Drew Young. Connor Harvin here with you tonight. Z102.3. I never know whether to say today or tonight around this time, but we'll go with tonight. As Young swings away at the first pitch of the inning. Ground ball over towards second. Harrison having a little bit of trouble, has to hurry up with the throw. They got him. Beat him by about a half step over there. As Young is retired quickly here, 4-3. Bringing us now to the center fielder in Evan Norton. Harrison over there didn't necessarily field it too cleanly, but was able to recover and zip that one over to the back. So 1 down now. Here's another ground ball, this time up the middle. That one is going to get by Harrison out in the center field, and Norton's got himself a base hit. 2 pitches, ground out, now a single. Quick start to the inning here. Runner on first, 1 out here for the number 9 hitter, and Garrett Johnson. Johnson stepping back to the plate, 0 for 1 today. He struck out his last time up. That was back in the second. Looking to advance the runner here over on first. Johnson showing bunt. That'll bring Pierce in from third. Now midway down the line. Now Newton going to step off. We'll see if bunting's the plan here for Johnson. At least showing bunt. Going to do so again. As Newton comes set. And the pitch. Pulls it back. Pitch is a called strike. So an 0-1 count here to Johnson. After Johnson, back to the top with Sinden. Morton taking a lead over on first. Now the pitch. Hard hit ground ball into right field. Another base hit. Bottom of the lineup coming up here is rounding second is Norton. He'll actually slide on into third. So 2 straight base hits. First Norton, now Johnson. Setting Dixon up for maybe another inning. Another inning of scoring here. So that brings us back to the top here with Case Sinden. See if Sinden can get it done here. Again, still 1 out. Sinden is 1 for 2 thus far here. Ground out to the pitcher back in the first, but did pick up a single and later scored in the third. It's one of 2 runs to score on that 2 RBI double for Luke Roach. First offering 2. Shortstop Sinden's outside, ball 1. Newton looking to limit the damage here or maybe even get out of it. Coming set. Long look over to first. Now the 1-0. Swung on, pot fly. Drifting toward the right. Going to get over the fence just barely. Bush, Newton, and Goldsmith all going to give chase after that one, but lands in foul territory for a 1-1. Forgot to mention, good-sized crowd on hand here tonight for this one. Fans to my right, fans to my left, fans behind me. Theoretically, fans in front of me as well, because of where I'm sitting. Here's a comebacker. This one could be two. On second for one, throw to first is in there, and that'll get him out of the inning. So an unfortunate location for that ground ball. Ends up being a 6-4 double play. Bernie fields it, steps on the bag, throws over to first, and puts a 0 spot up here for Dixon in this top of the fourth. But Crocker, they still trail by 3. They'll look to pick it back up here. We're officially halfway through this one. Our score still Dixon 4, Crocker 1. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Frisco League Baseball right here on Z102.3.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
For a free insurance review,
For auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, John Gregory, your shelter insurance agent in Crocker.
Or stop by and see me, Dave Howlett, your shelter insurance agent in Richland.
Wondering where to go for care at Phelps Health? For non-life-threatening conditions that require ongoing care and prevention, like annual checkups or colds, make an appointment with one of our primary care providers. When you need immediate attention for non-life-threatening health matters, like a cut that may require stitches, our immediate care clinics in Rolla and Waynesville are here to help. And if you're experiencing life-threatening medical issues, the Phelps Health Emergency Department is committed to caring for you when you need it most. Visit phelpshealth.org to learn more.
Time for the bottom of the fourth here in Crocker. Lions back to the bat, back to the plate, trailing by 3, 4-1. Getting out of the top half of the inning, facing runners at the corners, got themselves an inning-ending double play, but now needing a little bit of work on the offensive side of things. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 to start out the inning here. Colin Braslin, he'll get things going here. Settling in against Drake Young, who remains on the mound into the fourth. First pitch, good-looking fastball, called strike 1. Braslin is first time up, strikeout looking. So 0 for 1 in today's game. 0-1 delivered now, caught a piece of it, fouled it off. Settles right in front of me, but we'll pick that one up. It goes 0-2. Braslin, Bush, and Harrison all set to take their cuts. 0-2 now. Again, fouled it off, this time toward the right. And fouls one off the high school. We'll stay 0-2. Gotta watch those windows over there. Again, we are right next to the high school. Always wondered, it's possible. You catch one, feel clean one. 1-2. Did he go around on it? They'll say he did. Pitch was a little bit low and away. Definitely caught fishing for that one there as Braslin strikes out. Young has his 5th strikeout of the day. And that brings us to Tyler Bush. As I was saying, you hit one cleanly enough, you definitely could get it over there. First pitch here to Bush is outside, ball 1. Might actually be the elementary school. Well, the buildings are right next to one another. Here's a pitch down low for ball 2. I've been in the high school here in Crocker. I've been in the gym. Nice gym they've got here. Can't say I'm familiar with too much of the land, though. 2-0. Pitch the fastball. Caught the upper half of the zone for strike 1. Two and one out. Next offering from Young. Swung on, miss, strike 2. Bush 0 for 1, grounded out to first base unassisted to end the first. Now awaiting the 2-2. Here it is. Line drive, first base side. Perhaps some Caught one of the power lines up there. We'll stay at 2-2. Say maybe save somebody some grief. That one also headed toward the parking lot, but that one died out on the wire. So still 2-2. How about the next two-strike pitch? Another foul ball, this time dribbles behind home plate. We'll get a third pitch. So Bush keeping himself alive here. Now the next 2-2. This time in the dirt. Good eye shown by Bush there to lay off. We go full. So full count here. 3-2, 1 out. Payoff pitch. Swung on, miss, strike 3. Young's got himself another strikeout here. Make that 6 strikeouts in today's game. Shroma behind the plate. Thought that was the third out. It's already halfway to the dugout, but he'll head back behind the plate here as Eli Harrison steps back in. So Harrison going to try to change Crocker's fortunes here in the fourth. 0-for-1 with a strikeout. First pitch, too high, ball 1. Harrison, he's made a couple plays over there on second on the defensive side of the ball. But Crocker needs hits. Crocker needs base runners. Still a little bit of baseball left to be played, but rather now than never, I'd say. 1-0, fastball, caught the lower outside corner for strike 1. So Young comes in for the windup once more. Outside, ball 2. Again, Young had a little bit of trouble when this game got started, a little bit of control problems. But he's really settled down since. He even did get 2 strikeouts in that first inning. But he's given up a couple walks, a couple hit by pitches. 2-1 now. Swung on, miss. Swung over the top of the breaking ball. 2-2. In fact, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 3 hit by pitches. At the line today for Young. 2-2 now. Good looking pitch. Strike 3 called. Strikes out the side. Strikeout number 7 here for Drake Young. So nothing doing here for Crocker in this bottom of the fourth. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. That'll move us into the 5th inning now with Dixon still out in front. Leading by 3 here at 4-1. Another 60-second timeout. Back in a flash. You're listening to Frisco League Baseball, Z102.3.
The trucks are coming in and coming in. Lowe Chevrolet in Waynesville has vehicles on the lot with your name on it. Stop by and check out the selection. Take your pick and drive off the lot today with a new or pre-owned vehicle of your choice. Lowe Chevrolet can help you with financing, service, and so much more. Serving the community you live in for over 30 years. Lowe Chevrolet, off I-44, exit 156 in Waynesville.
Hi, this is Brad Shelton at the Marys County Bank. Every day, the Marys County Bank touches every corner of your life and supports you as you turn your life's goals into accomplishments. Whether it's purchasing your first car, opening a small business, buying a home, planning a wedding, or preparing for retirement. From your first car to a new life after retirement, the Marys County Bank is there for all your life's milestones with our full line of products. Stop by one of our 10 locations and see how the Marys County Bank can support your dreams. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
3 innings left to be played here in Crocker. At least 3 innings in regulation time, or at least 3 regularly scheduled innings. We are in the top of the 5th. 4-1 our score. Dixon, they lead this one here over the top of Crocker. 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the third. Just the 1 run in the top of the first for the Lions. 2, 3, and 4 coming up for Dixon. Things are going to get started here with Konosuke Shiroma. Connor Harbit here with you, Z102.3, hanging out in Crocker today. One of 2 games we'll have for you this week. First pitch delivered here to Shiroma, runs inside and caught him. So this inning going to get started with another hit by pitch as Shiroma finds his way aboard for the 2nd time here in this one. First time we'll actually see him on the base paths. He's going to say 1 for 2 with a solo home run today. But He does stand over on first now for Drake Young. Young 2 for 2 in today's game. 2 singles on his day. Pickoff throw to first. Sharoma dives back in. Two singles. Stolen base for Young today. But he's also scored twice. Represents half of the Dixon runs in this ball game. Newton to look over to first. Another pickoff throw. Sharoma trots back in. No need to dive. Just steps back on the bag. Still waiting the first pitch. Here it is. Young swinging away. Fly ball right side, but it is out of play. Goldsmith unable to put a glove on it. Young catching a break there. He'll head back to the plate. 0-1. After Young would be Luke Roach. After Roach, if we get that far, see Chase Houston. First up, though, the 0-1. Nope, pickoff throw. But again, Sharoma gets back. We're seeing a steady stream of pickoff throws today. Between Newton and Young. See if we get the 0-1 this time. We do. To swing, pop fly. Look out to my right. I thought I'd have a chance for that one, but it comes down, and we go 0-2. I want one. Eventually I'm going to get one. And that time just a bit too far to my right. I'm going to barehand it, and everybody's going to clap for me, and it's going to be a wonderful time. 0-2, here to Young. Let's make contact, but now facing a deep count against him here. Has to keep a good eye. Sharoma about a 3-step lead over on first. The 0-2 pitch, line drive, sent out towards center, gets down. How about a third hit on the day for Young? Sharoma's going to round second. Throw will come back into the infield, not going to be in time. Meanwhile, Young is going to take second on the throw. That'll make it second and third with nobody out. So it'll be ruled a single here for Young. Advancing to second on the throw. But it is second and third, nobody away. Another good opportunity here for the Bulldogs. In steps the first baseman, the cleanup hitter, Luke Roach. Roach last time up found himself a 2 RBI double. Big swing on the first pitch. Couldn't make contact though. 0-1. Maybe blow this one open here. It's a nice hit to the outfield. 1 for 2, strikeout alongside that double. Next pitch, fouled it off behind us. Into the parking lot, 0-2. Nobody out. Sharoma on third, Young on second. Next offering from Newton. Swung on, fly ball, sent out toward left. Coming up on it is Braslin. Has enough room to make the grab, he'll do so. Holding up at third is Sharoma, so good result there for Crocker, leaving the runners holding on third and second and third, however you want to word that. There'll be one down now for second baseman Chase Houston. A little bit deeper. And I think you send Sharoma there. They definitely maybe wanted to try it, but deciding against it that time round. Score remains 4-1, now with one out. Crocker playing their infielders very far in. First pitch to Houston, inside, 4-1. On the edge of the infield. Bernie actually a couple steps into the grass over at short. The outfielder's also in as well. Next pitch, that's going to be called strike one. 1-1 count here to Houston, who is working on a 1 for 2 day. Single and a fielder's choice. 1-1 delivered. Swung on, fly ball out toward right. Going back on it is Caldwell, reaching up, can't make the grab. Sharoma will score from third. Young will hold up over on third himself, and that'll make it a 5-1 game here for Dixon. Caldwell had to dive out there and right, so it will go down as a base hit for Houston. C stands over on first, an RBI single. Sharoma easily scoring from third on the play. So 5-1 now, a 4-run Dixon lead. Still with one out and runners at the corners. In steps the right fielder, Joel Nivens. Nivens, his third at-bat, 0 for 2. Fielder's choice, ground out to second on the day. His first time up since the third. One run across in the inning, first pitch, inside, ball one. One and 0 here to the right fielder. Newton out of the stretch. Delivers a good pitch there, 1-1. One's on the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Next pitch caught the upper half, 1-2. Newton's delivered strikes all night tonight. But unfortunately for Newton, Dixon's been up to the challenge of putting the ball in play. 9 hits here in this one. Comebacker to the mound. Throw's going to go over home. They're going to go for the home plate play. Did they get him? They did. Was looking for the double play, but Newton turns on a dime, throws it home, and gets the runner out at home plate. Second time Crocker's been able to throw out the runner at home. As Young is thrown out. Houston does move to second. Fielder's choice for Nivens. And with 2 away, runners on first and second. It is third baseman Drew Young. So Young back up here, left-handed hitter. He is 0 for 2. Pop up and a ground out. First pitch, line drive, but foul down the third base side. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike here to Young. Leadoff batter over on second. That's Chase Houston. RBI single for Houston here in the inning. 0-1 pitch above the head of Young. Bush leaping out of the stance to bring that one down, 1-1. Even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch, fly ball sent out toward right. Could be in the gap, it does get down. Rounding third, that'll be Houston. He's going to try to score. Throw's going to come in, but it's not going to be in time. It's an RBI single here for Drew Young. Dixon takes a 6-1 lead here in this top of the 5th. Second hit of the inning here for Dixon. Both hits providing an RBI. 6-1, a 5-run lead. Third time they've scored more than 1 run in the inning. Nivens on the play, moves over to third. It's runners at the corners and 2 outs for number 8 hitter Evan Norton. Norton is 1 for 2, strikeout and a single. He's left stranded over on third in the 4th as part of that inning-ending double play. Would have scored on the play if not for the double play. First pitch, breaking ball, caught the upper half, strike 1. Right in at the letters. For strike 1, next pitch. That one swung on miss, strike 2. A 1-2 punch for Newton, now looking for that strikeout. Would be his first strikeout since the 2nd inning. He's got 4 strikeouts today, 2 in the first, 2 in the second. Excuse me, that was wrong. I'll get you That info here in a second. Here's a ground ball over towards second, and Bernie's unable to make the play. The run will score. Bernie trying to keep his foot on the bag to pick up that ground ball and force that runner out at second to end the inning. But he couldn't pick up the ball. Curious what they would rule that as. I guess that'll be a judgment call for me, but what I'll tell you is the run does score and makes it a 7-1 game. Dixon now leads by 6. I will say, I don't know. I really don't know. Still 2 down, runners on first and second. First pitch here to Garrett Johnson. Check swing, did he go around? They'll appeal. No, he did not, says our field umpire. You know what? We'll give it a single. That'll work for me. RBI single, ground ball back up the middle. Johnson swinging a miss on the 1-0, 1-1. So, unofficially, don't know what they'll put it in as later. Third hit of the inning here for Dixon. Third time they've picked up an RBI single in the inning. Chopper, first base side. Fielded cleanly by Goldsmith. He'll take it to the bag himself. Beats Johnson by about a half step to end the inning. But Dixon puts up 3 more runs on the board. 3 runs on 3 hits. They commit no errors, Crocker, in the field. And there was 2 runners left over on base. That lead is extended to 6. 7-1 our score. We've got ourselves the bottom of the 5th coming up here in 60 seconds. Don't go anywhere. We'll come right back with it. You're listening to Frisco League Baseball right here on Z102.3.
Turn on the heat. Call AirServe Heating and Air in West Waynesville and get your existing system checked and serviced. If it's time to step up and get a new system, the Luxair high-performance heating and air equipment is top of the line. Luxair sets the standard year in and year out with new features and innovations in the industry and has since 1954. Your Luxair system is just a phone call away at AirServe Heating and Air at 433-3613 or stop by the office on Historic Route 66 in West Waynesville and ask about the Luxair Advantage. New Year's savings all the way through February at St. Robert Auto Supply, your Napa parts store. Get $20 to $25 rebates on the purchase of Legend and Legend Premium AGM and AAA branded automotive batteries. Since it's the coldest time of the year, several Napa brand battery chargers are on sale too, as well as booster cables. Save 50% on Napa night vision headlights. All the oil and antifreeze you'll ever need, you'll find at St. Robert Auto Supply. And pick up a gallon jug of Peak Window De-Icer Windshield Wash in anti-frost purple, $4.49. This and more at your Napa parts store, St. Robert Auto Supply, where you get the good stuff 7 days a week.
Bottom of the 5th here in Crocker. 7-1 our score. The Dixon Bulldogs, they lead the Crocker Lions here in this one. But Crocker back to the plate, going to try to chip in this lead a little bit. They have about 9 outs to do it here. As we enter the bottom of the 5th. Connor Harvard here with you, Z102.3. 9-1-2. First pitch to Brock Ware. High and inside. Ball 1. Drake Young still on the mound here to begin this bottom of the 5th. Gotta wonder when that pitch count starts coming around. Both starters still in the ball game. Here's a foul tip into the glove. Strike 1. Ware was hit by a pitch his first time up today. So eventually, well, not Ware, but his courtesy runner, Logan Smith, was caught stealing. Trying to advance over to second. Swing and a miss on the 1-1. 1-2 now. Now time called at the plate. Ware steps back in. Got a train moving behind us out in right field. It's been stationary the entire game until now. Pitch outside, ball 2. Not too distracting out there, but a little bit of extra scenery here in Crocker. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch from Young. Contact made. Ground ball third base side. Drew Young has it. Throws it across the diamond to first. Roach has it. That'll be out number 1. So 5-3 put out. Retires Ware here in this bottom of the 5th. Bringing us now to the top of the lineup. Jackson Burney. First time we've seen Burney in this one. At least at the plate since the 2nd inning. 2 straight 1-2-3 innings for the Lions in the 3rd and 4th, putting Young striking out the side in the 4th. But we see Bernie once more, still looking for an at-bat. He's walked twice tonight. First pitch to Bernie, too low, ball 1. Bernie also represents that lone Crocker run today. All the way back in the bottom of the 1st. 1-0 delivered. Bernie swinging away, popped it up, right side, but over the fence. Off the top of the Dixon dugout, 1-1. Wind picking up a little bit here in Crocker as the sun also starts to drop off to our left. I can actually see my laptop screen, so I might thank my sponsors for you here in a little bit. I like to make a habit of at least reading them off myself once or twice a game. 1-1. Laying down a bunt now. Bernie bunting for a hit, but the spin takes it in foul territory. And that'll make it strike number 2. Ball came down in fair territory, but too much spin to the left. Shroma waiting it out until it crossed back over that line. And so, Bernie falls behind in the count, 1-2. Big thinking to Air Serve, St. Robert Auto Supply, Pepsi Cola, Bank of Iberia. Get you the rest in a moment. After this 1-2 perhaps, here it is. Ground ball back over towards short. Gonna be fielded? No. Bobbled over there at short. That'll be an error. So Bernie finds his way on for the 3rd time in this game. Still no hits tonight. That'll go down as an at-bat, but it'll go down as an E6. Crocker does have a base runner. That's what they need at this point here for Trip Caldwell. Caldwell will settle in 1 for 2. A single and a strikeout on his day today. Looking for another base hit. He actually does have the lone base hit. I haven't talked about that a whole lot, but Young's throwing a gem up there. Just a 1-hitter thus far. First pitch is a called strike. Some other sponsors for you. Waynesville Memorial Chapel, Mailbox It, Bank of Crocker, Ed Morse Ford as well. Shelter Mutual Insurance, Phelps Health, Lowe's Chevrolet, Marys County Bank. Thank you to all of our sponsors, seasoned sponsors. No matter where we are, they support area baseball. Next pitch in the dirt, but Caldwell chasing it. That'll be strike 2. Fooled a bit there on that pitch. Now Caldwell finding himself in a deep hole. Of course, as I hear, we'll add a new sponsor to the mix on Thursday. So again, thank you for your continued support of area athletics. 0-2 on the way. Caught a piece of it. That ball might have been a bit too low. But, got to expand that strike zone a bit at 2 strikes. Can't fault him there for trying to chop at that one. Keeps it 0-2. On deck, Adam Newton. Caldwell still facing an 0-2 count. Newton out of the stretch, the pitch. Low and outside in the dirt. Ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. Look over the shoulder to first. Now a pitch. Swung on, miss. Strike 3. Caldwell. Way to strike out victim here for Drake Young. Make that strikeout number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 strikeouts here for Drake Young. Here comes Adam Newton. Still a runner over on first. First pitch. Taking off for second is Bernie. Throw is not going to be there in time. Bernie will have himself a stolen base. Gets himself into scoring territory now. Scoring position, if you will. Pitch was low. 1-0 the count. Here to Newton at the plate. Newton also looking for an at-bat. Whereas Bernie walked a couple times, Newton's been hit a couple times. 2 hit-by pitches on his day. Here comes the next pitch, again in the dirt. Makes it 2-0. Briefly got away from Shroma there, but not deep enough for Bernie to advance. So a 2-0 count here. Newton jumping out in front of the count. Now here's a move over towards second by Young. Keeping Bernie in check over on the bag. Return back to the mound. This ball game, about an hour and 30 minutes old. Going on 90 minutes. Game got started just barely past 5 o'clock. 7-1 our score here in this bottom of the fifth. Now there's a pickoff throw to second. Threw it a bit high, but Houston backing up the shortstop, Sinden. He'll pick it up there. And we'll continue to wait this 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Now Young coming home with it. Ground ball over towards the left side. Diving after it is Young. He has it. Throw to first is wide. Gets by Roach. That'll score the run here as Bernie comes home. Advancing towards second is Newton. He will find himself in there. He will have himself, well, he'll let Crocker score another run. Bring it back to within 5 here at 7-2. So it will be an error on the throw. Good play by Drew Young to dive after it. Fields it cleanly there, but the throw was sent wide. So Newton gets aboard on the error. Eventually finds his way over to second. And again, Bernie does score on the play. Unearned run, but a run that Crocker will certainly take. They cut that deficit to 5. First pitch delivered to Landon Pierce is a called strike 1. It really does not matter how you get him at this point. You just gotta get him. Stats are cool and all, but runs are even cooler. 0-1 now. Fastball delivered to Pierce. Too low. Shin high. 1-1. Pierce 0 for 2. Fielder's choice. Pop out to second. He's got a man in scoring position over on second again in Newton. Here's a swing. High chopper over towards second. Coming up on it's Houston. He'll throw it to the bag. And that'll do it here in the fifth. 2 innings left to be played here in this one, but for Crocker in the bottom of the fifth. They pick up 1 run. 1 run on no hits. There were 2 errors in the inning, and there was 1 runner left over on base. That'll take us now to, again, the top of the 6th here in this one, here in Crocker. Dixon Bulldogs, they lead now by 5 over the Crocker Lions, 7-2. Back in 60, you're listening to Frisco League's baseball right here on Z102.3.
Let's just try not to embarrass ourselves and everything will be fine.
Is that a Pepsi Vanilla?
Oh no, please not here, not now.
Oh, too late. Steve, it's flavor time, baby, and we're coming to you live with the smoothest cat in the city, Pepsi Vanilla.
No, it's not flavor time.
With a flavor so rich and a taste so smooth. It's delicious. It's refreshing.
Dude, seriously, does this always have to happen when you drink Pepsi Vanilla?
Ooh, yeah, baby.
Pepsi Vanilla, now available in 0 sugar. That's what I like.
When the chaos is over and the dust settles, it's a relief to see that big old tree you've always loved still there, unharmed and confident. Confidence that brings about trust and comfort from a full-service bank right here in your own community. Your one stop for savings, checking, home equity and auto loans, and CDs and money markets. That's your protection from the storm.
The Bank of Iberia in 2 locations, Iberia and Waynesville. Come on in to the Bank of Iberia.
Adam Newton warming up here. He'll enter his 6th inning of work here in this contest. But Crocker trailing in this one, 7-2. Dixon coming off a 3-run 5th inning. They'll look to continue on with this offensive onslaught. Leading by 5. Connor Harbin here with you, Z102.3. It'll be 1, 2, and 3 coming up here in this half inning. Top of the order, Sinden, Chiroma, and Young. So things get started here with Sinden, 1 for 3 in today's game. Newton comes through the warm-up, delivers, fly ball sent out towards center. Under it, Smith reaches up, makes the grab, and a quick out number 1. So Sinden, he's put away. That brings us back to the catcher, Konosuke Shiroma. Shiroma has reached base twice tonight. He's scored twice. He's 1 for 2. 1 for 2 with a solo home run all the way back in the first inning. That, of course, put Dixon on the board. They've led ever since. First pitch here to Shiroma. Misses high, ball 1. Newton working through 1-0. Gonna one-hop the plate, 2-0. After Shiroma, like I said, would be Drake Young. And then we'd see Luke Roach if the inning continues on past that point. And Shiroma has scored twice, 2-0. Delivers a breaking ball, falls in the zone, strike 1. So Newton got a strike back here, 2-1. 1 strike pitch, 2-0, maybe a little bit outside, 3-1. Hitters count 3-1, 1 away here in this top of the 6th. Next pitch on its way. Ground ball back to the mound. Newton has it, taking his time, throw to first. Goldsmith has it, out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down here for Dixon in this 6th. And with the base paths empty, bringing us now to Drake Young. Having himself a day today. 3 ball, 3 times to the plate, 3 singles. He's also scored twice. Also been thrown out at home once. Almost made it a 3-fer, but Crocker thinking quickly, came home on him. First pitch of the at-bat, low and inside, ball 1. Again, Young just having himself a really good ball game all around. On the mound, at the plate. It's been a good day. Here's a swing and a foul tip to the backstop. It goes 1-1. Of course, Crocker on the offensive side of things. They do pick up that second run. But still just the 1 hit. They've made contact, just haven't been able to get it through the fielders here in this one. 1-1's delivered to Young now. It's too low on the curveball. Young gets back out in front, 2-1. Next pitch, here's a swing, pop up, out towards second base. Bernie, he's going to play that one for himself, making the grab and ending the inning. So Dixon goes down in order here in the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And so we'll see if Crocker can continue to chip on in here to this lead. They trail by 5. Again, bottom of the 6th on the way. You're listening to Frisco League Baseball right here on Z102.3.
Ever think about living to be 100 years old? Well, maybe you will. Hello, this is Martin Vernon, owner of Memorial Chapels and Crematory. Making plans and being prepared for events in our lives is the right thing to do. At Memorial Chapels, we offer many choices in funeral planning, and we're always available to discuss options regarding how best to fund those choices. Because when it comes to important events in life, you really need to get prepared.
Mailbox It in St. Robert is now your complete shipping headquarters. Mailbox It is a UPS authorized shipping agent. They can ship your package UPS, accept UPS drop-offs, and can accept UPS returns with a shipping label. Add FedEx and the United States Postal Service, and why go anywhere else? Mailbox It is the go-to resource for packing, shipping, printing, and business service needs. Mailbox It is a copy, print, and document service center. They can even print your photos and canvases. Mailbox It, 213 Suite 3, St. Robert Boulevard.
Bottom of the 6th. Here in Crocker, 7-2 our score. Dixon leads Crocker. Lions down to their final 6 outs. We'll see if they can get it done here, but coming back out onto the mound for his 6th inning of work, that'll be Drake Young. Both starters going into the 6th inning here today. Newton getting the 1-2-3 inning in the top half. We'll see if Young is able to get himself out of the 6th here. Again, there is a pitch count. I'm not following it here today, so I'm not quite sure where both our pitchers are at. But we'll see if that maybe comes into play here in these last couple of innings. As things stand, we will be seeing a bottom of the 7th. We'll see. Either way, here in this half inning, it will be for Crocker, 5, 6, and 7. Starting off with the first baseman, Jesse Goldsmith. He'll be the first one to face Young here. So the first pitch is swung on, missed, 4-1. Goldsmith 0 for 2 today, a strikeout and a ground out to first. Again, Young, he's got a few strikeouts today. 0-1's delivered high, ball 1. He's got himself 8 strikeouts here in this one. Picked up 1 in the 5th. Struck out the side in the 4th. And 2 strikeouts in the 1st and 2nd innings. He's worked his way through this game. Did give up that run in the 5th. Did have a couple errors behind him. Next pitch, in there, caught the zone, 1-2. Goldsmith going to fall behind in the count now. Two strikes from the windup. Young delivers. Looks good. Called as such. Strikeout looking. Strikeout number 9 for Young. 1 down in the inning. Here comes Colin Braslin. So Braslin back in once more. Also 0 for 2. He struck out twice to Young tonight. Going to reverse those fortunes and get things going. First pitch. Misses high. Off-speed pitch. 1-0. After Braslin would be Tyler Bush. The inning continues on. Eli Harrison waiting on in the wings. Next pitch. Fouled it off. Off the cage. Back in front of us. 1-1. Sun almost completely gone behind us. But still very much a blue sky here. Again, cloudless day here in Crocker. 1-1. Swung on, caught a piece of it, but into the glove. 1-2. So Braslin now facing a 2-strike count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Already 1 strikeout in the inning for Young. Now time called. So Braslin steps out. Young looking for a double-digit strikeout day. Could pick it up here. He's got 9, looking for 10. Here we go, the next 2-strike pitch. And it is. Strikeout looking once more. 10 strikeouts for Drake Young. Strikes out the first 2 batters of the inning. Now we'll see about Tyler Bush. So Bush will pick back up here. 0 for 2, ground out to first. And a strikeout, a swinging strikeout back in that 4th inning. First offering to the catcher, Bush. Called strike 1. Fastball caught the upper half of the zone. 0-1, next pitch. And, thought it would be at the knees, but it's called low for ball 1. So count evens up here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Still out of the windup. Next one's too low. 2-1. So Bush ahead in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Next offering. Well, evens things up. 2-2. Young going back to that fastball, delivering it on the lower outside corner. Looking to end the inning, looking to strike out the side for the 2nd time tonight, and he got it. Another strikeout looking as Young picks up strikeout number 11. So Crocker goes down in order here in the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. we move on into the 7th inning. Crocker 3 outs remaining. Of course, they've got to get through Dixon first. Top of the 7th, coming up next, back in 60. You're listening to Frisco League Baseball right here on Z102.3.
As the years go by, everything gets older. Even the new seeds just planted. Getting older means getting wiser. And in the banking business, that means keeping up with the times. For 112 years, the Bank of Crocker has met the needs of the Fort Wood area and exceeded those needs with the most modern banking services available. With Android and Apple mobile banking apps. And at bankofcrocker.com, online banking is a click away no matter where you are. Personal hometown service, however, has not changed. That's one thing that's stayed the same as the Bank of Crocker turns 112. The Bank of Crocker, with 4 locations in Crocker, Richland, Waynesville, and St. Robert. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
When it comes to great deals on the best-selling trucks 46 years running, Ed Morse Ford in St. Robert has your back. I'm Mike Freeman, and I'd like to invite you to come in during Ford Truck Month. Hurry in now to take advantage of 0% financing for 36 months on new 2022 F-150s, or choose 3.9 for 72 months plus a $1,000 Ford rebate and huge Ed Morse discounts. For a truckload of savings, don't miss Truck Month going on now at Ed Morse Ford St. Robert. Get back by Morse today. Offer ends March 31st.
A potentially decisive 7th inning on the way here in Crocker. Of course, not this half inning. Top of the 7th on the way. Dixon to the plate, but they lead this one here at 7-2. Trying to add more runs here before they get to the bottom half of the inning. It's Connor Harbert here with you. Z102.3, 4, 5, and 6 coming up here for the Bulldogs. Drake Young strikes out the Crocker side in the bottom half of the 6th. Roach will get an opportunity here to face. Chance here at the plate. Adam Newton still on the mound, by the way, here into the 7th, delivering a first pitch strike. 0-1. Roach is 1 for 3, but his one hit was a good one. 2 RBI double. Back on in the 3rd inning. 0-1's outside, ball 1. Roach also has a strikeout and a flyout to his name tonight. But that double, his highlight tonight. Here's a swing, foul ball. Bounces off of Roach, proper. 1-2. So Newton ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the next one, up high, ball 2. Two pitch. Just misses. 3-2. Roach, Houston, Nivens. Houston warming up in the on-deck circle. Here comes the payoff pitch. Breaking ball, swing, high fly ball out towards center. Is playable. Smith underneath it. Reaches up and brings it in. 4 out, number 1. 5 straight outs picked up here by the Lions here. Got the 1-2-3 inning in the 6th. Of course, ended the 5th on a ground out to first, and now picking up the first out here in the 7th. With 1 away, back to the point, Chase Houston. Houston 2 for 3. But he's found the base paths all 3 times tonight. Swinging away on the first pitch, misses. Strike 1. Houston 2 for 3 with an RBI. But he did also reach base on a fielder's choice. Next pitch, swinging away, making contact out towards center. How about a forward hit today? 4th time Houston's reached base. But he does so this time with another base hit out towards center field. So Houston aboard here with 1 out, bringing us to the right fielder, Joel Nivens, once more. Nivens 0 for 3, 2 fielder's choices, though. He's reached base twice and scored once. First pitch, he's swinging away. Another fly ball sent out towards center, shallow, could get down, and it does. In between 3 Lions fielders, throw to second, they did get him, though. Houston had to hold up over on first to wait and see if that one was caught or not. It wasn't. Had to take off towards second. And so they do at least get the force. That'll be out number 2. Be a base hit for Nivens. But before we get to third baseman Drew Young, see if that might be it here for Adam Newton. Again, that pitch count is a thing. And it looks like he might have reached it just shy of what would have been a complete game. So we'll get ourselves our first new pitcher into the game here, as that'll be it for Newton with 2 outs here in this top of the 7th. I'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. We'll take ourselves a few minutes here. We'll take a break to the warm-up pitches, but we'll be back when we're back. You're listening to Frisco League Baseball, 7-2 in favor of Dixon, right here on Z's 102.3.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
For a free insurance review,
For auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, John Gregory, your shelter insurance agent in Crocker.
Or stop by and see me, Dave Howlett, your shelter insurance agent in Richland.
Wondering where to go for care at Phelps Health? For non-life-threatening conditions that require ongoing care and prevention, like annual checkups or colds, make an appointment with one of our primary care providers. When you need immediate attention for non-life-threatening health matters, like a cut that may require stitches, our immediate care clinics in Rolla and Waynesville are here to help. And if you're experiencing life-threatening medical issues, the Phelps Health Emergency Department is committed to caring for you when you need it most. Visit phelpshealth.org to learn more.
The trucks are coming in and coming in. Lowe Chevrolet in Waynesville has vehicles on the lot with your name on it. Stop by and check out the selection. Take your pick and drive off the lot today with a new or pre-owned vehicle of your choice. Lowe Chevrolet can help you with financing, service, and so much more. Serving the community you live in for over 30 years. Lowe Chevrolet, off I-44, exit 156 in Waynesville.
Eli Harrison, the new pitcher, as we get back to it here. Top of the 7th, 2 outs. Drew Young at the plate. Runner on first. First pitch fouled off to the cage. Strike 1. No, Crocker, even just the 1 out here to get out of this 7th. Of course, trailing by 5 runs here to Dixon. 7-2 our score. Runner over on first, Chase Houston. Young batting from the left-hand side. Harrison, the right-hander. Pickoff throw toward first. Houston gets back in. Trying to get my pitching stats for you. There we go. Trying to shuffle through. Again, always battling the wind around here. Harrison, he's appeared in 4 games as a pitcher. 1 strikeout. Next pitch, breaking ball. In there for strike 2. Harrison now way out in front. No balls, 2 strikes. Here to Young. 1 for 3 on the day is Young. RBI single back in the 5th. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Harrison comes in, get the strikeout. Job done. And that'll take us on in here to inning number 7. Or should I say the bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th coming up next. Do or die time for the Crocker Lions. They'll need 5 to tie and 6 to win. See if they can do it. We come back. Drake Young back on the mound for the Bulldogs. We'll be back here again in 60 seconds. You're listening to Frisco League Baseball right here on Z102.3.
turn on the heat. Call AirServe Heating and Air in West Waynesville and get your existing system checked and serviced. If it's time to step up and get a new system, the Luxair high-performance heating and air equipment is top of the line. Luxair sets the standard year in and year out with new features and innovations in the industry and has since 1954. Your Luxair system is just a phone call away at AirServe Heating and Air at 433-3613 or stop by the office on Historic Route 66 in West Waynesville and ask about the Luxair Advantage. New Year's savings all the way through February at St. Robert Auto Supply, your Napa parts store. Get $20 to $25 rebates on the purchase of Legend and Legend Premium AGM and AAA branded automotive batteries. Since it's the coldest time of the year, several Napa brand battery chargers are on sale too, as well as booster cables. Save 50% on Napa night vision headlights. All the oil and antifreeze you'll ever need, you'll find at St. Robert Auto Supply. And pick up a gallon jug of Peak Window De-Icer Windshield Wash in anti-frost purple for $49. This and more at your Napa parts store, St. Robert Auto Supply, where you get the good stuff 7 days a week.
Bottom of the 7th here in Crocker. Lions trailing by 5, 7-2. Do or die time for the Lions. They'll have 8, 9, and 1. Stepping up to the plate here in this half inning. Pinch hitter to start things out here. Facing a 1-1 count. Reaching in my bag of tricks here to tell you who that is. Jay Skewer swinging away at the 1-1. A 1-2. Again, Drake Young still on the mound. Looking for the complete game on this one. He's had himself a ball game. Struck out the side looking in the 6th inning. Picks up another strikeout here. Ewer sat down on strikes, a swinging strikeout, 4 straight strikeouts. But it looks like that might be it for Young. Picks up that first out of the inning. But that'll do it for him here today. Looks like he's hit himself the pitch count. We'll have a new pitcher. Tell you who it is when we come back. Back in a few minutes, you're listening to Frisco League Baseball, Z102.3.
Let's just try not to embarrass ourselves and everything will be fine.
Is that a Pepsi Vanilla?
Oh no, please not here, not now.
Oh, too late. Steve, it's flavor time, baby, and we're coming to you live with the smoothest cat in the city, Pepsi Vanilla.
No, it's not flavor time.
With a flavor so rich and a taste so smooth. It's delicious. It's refreshing.
Dude, seriously, does this always have to happen when you drink Pepsi Vanilla?
Ooh, yeah, baby.
Pepsi Vanilla, now available in 0 sugar. That's what I like.
When the chaos is over and the dust settles, it's a relief to see that big old tree you've always loved still there, unharmed and confident. Confidence that brings about trust and comfort from a full-service bank right here in your own community. Your one stop for savings, checking, home equity and auto loans, and CDs and money markets. That's your protection from the storm.
The Bank of Iberia in 2 locations, Iberia and Waynesville. Come on in to the Bank of Iberia.
Ever think about living to be 100 years old? Well, maybe you will. Hello, this is Martin Vernon, owner of Memorial Chapels and Crematory. Making plans and being prepared for events in our lives is the right thing to do. At Memorial Chapels, we offer many choices in funeral planning, and we're always available to discuss options regarding how best to fund those choices. Because when it comes to important events in life, you really need to get prepared.
Mailbox It in St. Robert is now your complete shipping headquarters. Mailbox It is a UPS authorized shipping agent. They can ship your package UPS, accept UPS drop-offs, and can accept UPS returns with a shipping label. Add FedEx and the United States Postal Service, and why go anywhere else? Mailbox It is the go-to resource for packing, shipping, printing, and business service needs. Mailbox It is a copy, print, and document service center. They can even print your photos and canvases. Mailbox It, 213 Suite 3, St. Robert Boulevard.
New pitcher, new hitter into the ball game here. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Do or die for Crocker, trailing Dixon 7-2. Our pitcher, Drew Young. 1 Young swapped out for another. Batter, Hagen Libert. As he watches one outside, 4-2, 2-1. Here the count. Again, 7-2 our score. Crocker needing 5 to tie this one up. But down to their final 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Evens it up 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch. Fastball right down the middle, taken for strike 3. So Libbert will strike out. Lions down to perhaps their final out of this game. But they will be heading back to the top of the lineup here. Stepping in, Jackson Burney. So Burney going to be looking for his first hit here off of Young. First pitch here, taken. Too low for ball 1. Burney's reached base 3 times tonight. 2 walks. Also reached on an error, so 0 for 1 total. Watching one go outside now, 4-2. Burney does have a good eye there at the batter's box. Not chasing after much. Another pitch outside, ball 3. Can we talk about that on-base percentage for Burney? What he's done tonight has certainly helped in that regard. 3-0 now, taking it all the way. Fastball, taken, called strike 1. Still a hitter's count, though. As Young comes through the windup. And the pitch. Another strike, called for strike 2. Could be down to our final strike here in this one. Drew Young looking to finish what his brother Drake started. Here comes the payoff pitch. Bounces in the dirt, ball 4. This game moves on to another batter yet. As for the 3rd time in this one, Burney will find himself over to first on the walk. Sometimes you get things to hit, sometimes you don't. But you'll take a game where you find your way onto the base paths 4 times. So that's 1 base runner aboard. Obviously, tying run still in the dugout. Next one up to the plate, Trip Caldwell. Caldwell going to settle on in now. 1 for 3 in today's game. First pitch taken. Fastball in at the knees for strike 1. Caldwell owns Crocker's only hit in this one. This has been a 1-hit performance for this Dixon pitching staff. 0-1 now on the way. Taken high, ball 1. There's been base runners. There's been contact. But just the 1 hit all the way back in the first. Next pitch on the way to Caldwell. Taken, called strike 2. Caldwell going to need to be defensive here at the point. Swinging anything close. Here is the pitch. Swung on, missed. Strike 3. And that'll do it for this one. As this one comes to a close, a Dixon victory. They improve to 6-1 on the season. So, Drew Young picks up 2 strikeouts in the inning for Crocker in that bottom of the 7th. No runs on no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. Again, as this one comes to its conclusion. We're going to do what we always do. We'll take ourselves a little bit of a break. We will come back in a moment. We'll go over some final numbers here for you, and we'll get you all wrapped up, and I'll tell you about what's coming up next on our broadcast schedule a little bit later on in the week. But a great pitching performance tonight for the Dixon Bulldogs. They defeat the Crocker Lions here in Crocker. Final score, 7-2. Back in a few, you're listening to Frisco League Baseball right here on Z102.3.
As the years go by, everything gets older. Even the new seeds just planted. Getting older means getting wiser. And in the banking business, that means keeping up with the times. For 112 years, the Bank of Crocker has met the needs of the Fort Wood area and exceeded those needs with the most modern banking services available. With Android and Apple mobile banking apps. And at bankofcrocker.com, online banking is a click away no matter where you are. Personal hometown service, however, has not changed. That's one thing that's stayed the same as the Bank of Crocker turns 112. The Bank of Crocker, with 4 locations in Crocker, Richland, Waynesville, and St. Robert. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
When it comes to great deals on the best-selling trucks 46 years running, Ed Morse Ford in St. Robert has your back. I'm Mike Freeman, and I'd like to invite you to come in during Ford Truck Month. Hurry in now to take advantage of 0% financing for 36 months on new 2022 F-150s, or choose 3.9 for 72 months plus a $1,000 Ford rebate and huge Ed Morse discounts. For a truckload of savings, don't miss Truck Month going on now at Ed Morse Ford St. Robert. Get back by Morse today. Offer ends March 31st.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
For a free insurance review,
For auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, John Gregory, your shelter insurance agent in Crocker.
Or stop by and see me, Dave Howlett, your shelter insurance agent in Richland.
Wondering where to go for care at Phelps Health? For non-life-threatening conditions that require ongoing care and prevention, like annual checkups or colds, make an appointment with one of our primary care providers. When you need immediate attention for non-life-threatening health matters, like a cut that may require stitches, our immediate care clinics in Rolla and Waynesville are here to help. And if you're experiencing life-threatening medical issues, the Phelps Health Emergency Department is committed to caring for you when you need it most. Visit phelpshealth.org to learn more.
Back here once more at Crocker High School, Crocker, Missouri, where this one's in the books. Dixon, they overcome Crocker today. A great performance on both sides. Offense, defense, pitching, hitting. Everything was working for Dixon today as the Bulldogs defeat the Lions 7-2. Connor Harbert here with you, Z102.3, as we wrap this one up. Of course, we got a JV game coming up here in just a few moments. Of course, that'll do it for our broadcast, though. We'll be wrapping things up here. We're taking a look at some numbers tonight for Dixon. It was 7 runs, 11 hits here today, 3 errors, and 5 left on base. So, 7 runs, 11 hits here today for this Dixon offense. But, meanwhile, on the Crocker side of things, 2 runs, 1 hit. Just 1 hit today for the Crocker Lions. That came all the way back in the first. The Lions commit 2 errors, and they leave 6 on base. So, of course, when you talk about this game, you got to look first and foremost at the Dixon pitcher tonight, Drake Young. He certainly had things going for the Bulldogs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let me count that up one more time. But, of course, big day for Young here for himself. Yeah, 14 strikeouts here today for the senior. Excuse me, not 14. How about 12? Drew Young had 2 strikeouts there as well. I'm all over the place. Obviously, just trying to figure out some numbers here. But again, both Youngs having themselves a great pitching performance here today. On the offensive side, well, things got going early for Dixon. A solo home run for Konosuke Shiroma. 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the third, 3 runs in the fifth, and then, of course, that would do it. That would be enough to pick up the win here in this one. Crocker's run came back in the first. It was a fielder's choice that brought home Jackson Burney from third to give them their 1 run on the day. They did add a run, in the fifth, coming off of an error. So, 2 runs today. 1 was earned for the Crocker Lions. Crocker drops to 3-2 on the season. Meanwhile, Dixon, they improved to 6-1 on the season. Next up for Crocker, they will come back home. They will stay here in Crocker. They will take on Climax Springs here at Crocker High School. That'll also be a 5 o'clock first pitch. Climax Springs 0-4 here on the season. Good chance for Crocker to get back in the win column. Meanwhile, Dixon, they'll return back to Dixon. They have a home game coming up just tomorrow. They'll be playing host to the Lakeway Hornets. Lakeway 1-5 on the campaign. They'll have another home game, though, on Thursday on the 6th. They'll be taking on a currently 4-1 Stoutland squad. So a whole lot of fun there. Maybe for Dixon, maybe a chance to pick up 2 more wins for the week's end. But they pick up their 6th win here today. Don't forget, we've got another broadcast coming up later on in the week. We'll be back on Thursday, back home in Waynesville, Wayne Bandy Baseball Field, as the Waynesville Tigers, looking for win number 2, they will be taking on the Camdenton Lakers. Look forward to that one there. Of course, that'll be a 5 o'clock first pitch, and so we'll have about a 4:45 start for you from Waynesville there. Check the weather forecast. Checked it again. Checked the 3rd time. No rain scheduled for Thursday. There is going to be rain tomorrow. Supposedly rain tomorrow. We'll kind of keep our fingers crossed that the field's able to hold up and be ready to go on Thursday. But that'll do it for us here tonight. For, of course, Dan back in the studio and everyone else involved. I am Connor Harbert. Hope you enjoyed listening to this one as much as I enjoy bringing it to you here tonight. Until next time, you've been listening to Frisco League Baseball right here on Z102.3. Good night, everybody. Be good people.
You've been listening to Frisco League Baseball on 102.3 on your FM dial. Our game has been brought to you by the Bank of Crocker, Memorial Chapels, Ed Morris Ford, Security Banks of Pulaski County, Phelps Health, Seeger Toyota, Air Serv Heating and Air, the Bank of Iberia, Shelter Insurance Agents Dave Holland in Richland and John Gregory in Crocker, Lowe Chevrolet, and the Marys County Bank. That's it for this time. Until next time, have a great evening.